taking on Tabari Chocolate Cowboy Grubbs. How do you like that name?
Man, I tell you what, the Chocolate Cowboy, you got to have some kind of swagger to call yourself that. But I tell you one thing that's already very interesting. Both guys said they're the best. One guy said he doesn't have to prove anything. The other guy flat out said, I'm already the best. So that's why they're the main event, Todd. They want to see and they want to show everybody they're the man. Main event fight doesn't get any better than that.
Great platform for those two young fighters to get some main event experience. And those are two of our more experienced fighters on the card. The Gangster with 10 amateur fights under his belt. He's only, well, I say only, but still that's a lot of, he's 29 years of age with 10 fights. He's looking to hopefully go pro sometime soon. Taking on Tabari Grubbs. What's his record, Clay?
He is 4-1. 4-1. Winning record for the Chocolate Cowboy. Both men coming into this. Capone trying to get above 500, and the Chocolate Cowboy looking to keep his winning streak alive. I believe he has three straight wins in his last 3 fights.
If those of you at home can hear our DJ in the background, there's some deafening noise here in the Booker T World Gym Arena. We got a packed house here tonight. The energy is undescribable, Clay.
Absolutely. Full house, full arena. We moved the bleachers out. We brought the chairs in. They're hanging from the rafters, if you will, Todd. All here to see some fights. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am hyped up for these fights.
And those of you that are watching at home, we got a couple of fights here tonight. I'd like to feature while we await our first fight of the night. Prior to kicking things off, I'd like to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. We got Texas Pit Stop Barbecue here in Texas City. Check them out at txpitstopbarbecue.com. Also, United Way, Galveston County, Mainland. Check them out at uwgcm.org. Also, Mainland City Center. Thank you guys for your support here. Anybody that is interested in sponsoring us, give us a information at clearlifemediainfo.com.
Absolutely, info at clearlifemedia.com. Let us know you want to support us. Let us know with any sporting event. Let us know. We will be happy to come in, cover it for you. Man, I tell you what, Todd, we were talking about it before the camera started rolling. There's a lot of fighters. This is their debut fight. A lot of hungry young talent looking to come in and just absolutely make a name for themselves, get themselves in the win column to start out their careers. That's going to be exciting to see. You have these hungry young competitors, and anything can happen. They're going to be swinging for the fences, shooting for double legs, trying to do anything they can to make sure they come out on top.
Promoter Chris Lopez has brought together the Elevate Fighting Championship, and this is great for the fighters, for them to have another avenue, another platform, if you will, to work their craft. It can be difficult finding fights as a up-and-coming fighter, and promoter Chris Lopez giving a lot of young, hungry fighters that opportunity, and as you're saying, we're having quite a few debuting fighters here tonight, so it's going to be interesting. So this is Elevate Fighting Championship's second show. On the first show, we saw some killer knockouts and some excellent fights. And here to support some of the fighters, we got Zero Fight Gear in the house. They're going to be giving a set of specialty gloves to the two fighters in the fight of the night, and then they're going to declare the fighter of the night and give him a set of special gloves. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot on the line. You know, it's not just about getting that record to look nice. Zero Fight Gear, making sure you go home with a little something special if you overperform the night in a way.
Right now, the Texas Commission is just doing some final checkups, checking the cage, making sure everything is safe for the fighters, making sure all the fighters are ready backstage, all wrapped up and ready to go.
Absolutely. Once we get going, we don't want to stop. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good, Clay, because we got plenty of time before we kick things off with our first fight of the night. But one fighter I wanted to feature, I know you were talking quite a bit about him in our pre-events, and that was Jeremy Milbourne, the Muay Thai fighter here out of Houston, Texas. You were pretty impressed with his credentials.
Yeah, reading the background, we've got a former Muay Thai Olympic team, 2018, and he's out to prove that Muay Thai can compete in MMA. That's actually a recent question I saw people talking about online. Why aren't more Muay Thai fighters in? Oh, it looks like we're about to get ready.
Let's hand it over to our announcer, Colin Cantrell. The Honey Badger, Brian Gregorio, making his way to the cage. 5'6", 25 years of age, representing Texas Third Coast. Looking for his first win tonight here, Clay.
Yeah, we asked what his goals are tonight. He put it very simply: prove you can win. The Honey Badger not looking to get stung again and again, looking to come out victorious here tonight.
And we see black belt in the Houston area and highly regarded competitor, black belt Jason Solis, working his corner from Texas Third Coast. He's gonna go into this fight well coached, well prepared. And Clay, a fighter looking for his first win. He's had 2 fights under his belt, still in search of that first win. How do you think that motivates this man's motivation?
Well, as we said, that is his goal. You know, there's a lot of times you come into a fight, maybe you're looking to prove your striking has improved. Maybe you're looking to prove your grappling has improved. You know, there's a lot of ways you can interpret fights, but it's simply put, just show you can win. That's the motivation. Just show up better than you were in the last 2 fights and prove, not just to everyone else, but prove to yourself that you can win.
His last fight was in April of this year. Went back to the drawing board, took about a 6-month layoff, has been training for the last 5 years. And there you see him in the cage, Brian Gregorio, ready for action. And here we have, making his way to the cage, Michael Nguyen, 5'8", 33 years of age, representing Paradigm Combat. His last fight was unanimous decision victory over Jacob Martinez. That was back in February of this year. And so Clay's going into this fight with a lot of, well, with some momentum on his side.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 win already. You got to believe this is actually a big fight here. It's not the 0-0 record, but you win this when you go 2-0. That's a big momentum pickup, like you said. But if something were to happen, you lose it, you go to 500. That could be a big effect on the psyche. You got to come in with the mindset that you will not be defeated tonight. And that's what we're going to see here from young Michael Nguyen.
This fight will be contested at the 135-pound weight limit. Michael Nguyen taking on Brian Gregorio. There we see the final touches for Michael Nguyen as he prepares to take on the Honey Badger.
Yeah, these 135ers, we're going to have to keep our eyes open. Blinking, you might miss something. These young men will look to move quick.
A lot of speed in the cage. Michael Nguyen, ready for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Burger Cheese World Generator right here in Texas City, Texas. Tonight's fight's brought to you by Lopez Promotions. They present Elevate Fighting Championship Amateur Series 2. Our first fight tonight is being brought to us by Train to Win and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each and a bantamweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5'6" inches tall, his official weight 135 pounds. His record stands 0 wins against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, the Honey Badger, Brian Gregorio. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the Valerie Delgado in the red corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, also weighed 135 pounds. His record 1 win, no defeats. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, Michael Nguyen. Referee the final instructions, JJ Ferrari.
Brian, the Honey Badger Gregorio. Michael Nguyen. And our first fight is officially underway.
I tell you right away, noticing Nguyen looks very loose.
Oh, big overhand right there for the Honey Badger, and he's got Nguyen stunned.
Yeah, he's swinging those hooks right over that guard. He's trying to get engaged right away. Make this into a fight.
Gregario is hungry to get that first win. Coming out aggressive thus far.
Absolutely, a very boxing-heavy stance. Ducking his head down, leaning under these jabs. Trying to swing hooks.
Those of you watching at home, these fights are amateur fights. They are three-minute rounds. Shot now for Nguyen, and defended nicely there by Gregario.
Ooh, a good uppercut on the exit there, too.
Oh, goodness. And these two guys are going at it here tonight at Elevate Fighting Championship.
Yeah, I tell you, Todd, we're seeing almost more of a Muay Thai stance here from Nguyen. He's upright. And the Honey Badger is ducking that head in a la Mike Tyson and trying to swing hooks over that guard.
Nguyen now looking for his openings. Trying to stalk Gregario now, but Gregario being light on his feet.
Absolutely, as we said. Ooh, good straight right here in front of us.
Solid combination from Nguyen.
Nguyen moving well.
Oh, good 1-2, 1-2 there from Gregario.
Look.
He's got Nguyen on his heels, looking for the takedown now. Can he finish it?
I tell you, Nguyen was doing a good job moving, but the pressure eventually got to him, got his back to the cage. We saw Gregario was able to pin him up against it now, trying to put more pressure, apply that pressure, and hammer away in this clinch.
Halfway into this first round now, and I've been impressed with the aggression of Gregario.
Yeah, when a Honey Badger wants to prove he can win, you're going to see some aggression.
Over underhook position now from these two fighters. They take the clinch. Looked to be the center, but Gregario just muscles Nguyen into the cage.
Yeah, absolutely. He's keeping that right hand free floating, trying to use it to strike.
Just under a minute left. You have to wonder what his Nguyen's coaches instructing him to do to get this, see if he can take this round back.
A good scramble. He's got an underhook here. Excuse me, a waist lock.
Oh, from the whizzer. Gregario now reverses the position.
Gregario needs to be careful, though. He shot right back into that clinch and actually wound up in a plum there and ate some shots on the way in. That cannot be your MO if you're trying to get inside. You cannot take shots to close that distance.
Nguyen from the Paradigm Combat, very well schooled. Just under 10 seconds left in this opening round. And once again, Gregario looking to go for the well one more time with that whizzer throw. And round one comes to a close. Clay, how do you score that one?
I tell you, fast, action-packed first round. I got to probably give it to Gregario, though. I think he managed to maintain that clinch control just a bit longer. Maybe took a bit more damage on the way in, but I think he landed the more impressive strikes and was able to move Nguyen along the cage a little bit better for my taste.
I'd have to agree with you, Clay. I give Gregario a slight edge in that round. He landed some solid shots, and his movement was a little bit more aggressive. I think he had a little bit better cage control, but it's a close round. Nguyen is still in this fight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's scored for 3 rounds for a reason. I think Nguyen needs to come out and maybe use some of his movement, hit those angles, and float that jab out there and punish this aggression.
We are in Texas City, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear a lot of Latin flavor in the background here in Texas.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Referee J.J. Ferraro. A lot of Muay Thai experience for J.J. Ferraro. Couldn't ask for a better, well, you could actually. We have some pretty experienced referees here tonight, but got a very ring-savvy veteran martial artist in referee J.J. Ferraro. Round 2 underway.
And Nguyen is bringing pressure this round. He is bringing pressure now. Less floating to the angles.
Man, as you're saying that, Nguyen coming out strong. Gregario meets him right back with the same aggression.
Absolutely. He's looking to use these kicks to pressure Gregario against the cage.
Yeah, these two exchanging kicks early on, and now Nguyen now with the 1-2 and closing the gap, driving Gregario into the cage.
Yeah, he used that teep kick. He used it just to push him up against the cage, close that distance. Kind of switched roles there from that first round. You lost the pressure fight in the first round.
And Nguyen breaks away with a solid strike, trying to take it back to center. Right here, this is really solid cage control from Nguyen. We always train our fighters, have your back pointed towards the center, and that's gonna make sure that you have control of the cage.
Yeah, you make people fight in a phone booth like that, Todd. And look at this. As quick as we say that, Gregario able to switch position, and now he's got Nguyen back against the cage again in this clinch.
Referee J.J. Ferraro giving Gregario a warning for trying to snag the cage there.
Yeah, this is an interesting position. Really fighting for this single leg.
Right now, Gregario ends up on top. Nguyen trying to get control, was unable to get it. Gregario now enjoying top position. In these amateur fights, ladies and gentlemen, you are not allowed to elbow in the face or do reinforced knees to the face. You can knee to the body all you like, but not to the face.
And that was very interesting there. Nguyen almost used axe kicks to get up to re-secure his clinch on his end.
Nguyen now enjoying that position. Well, as soon as I say that, Gregario reverses it.
Again, these 135ers, man, we got to be on our game tonight.
As far as this round is a closer round than the first. Nguyen needed that first round to get a little bit warmed up. He's definitely coming alive in this round, but Gregario out hustling him to the positions.
It appears we're having some trouble with our round clock. We do apologize for that. We'll try to get it straightened out as soon as we can. Ooh, good shoulder check.
Nonetheless, the crowd at home enjoying this action. And then once again, Gregario needs to be careful not to get deducted a point. That's about the second or third time that I've seen him grab the cage, and that one almost interfered with the positioning.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's keeping this round for him might be the takedown he scored in the ground and pound. And if he gets taken down here, it could be a much closer round than he wants.
Would not fault referee J.J. Ferraro for deducting a point if he wanted to. He's given him plenty of warnings.
Absolutely.
Just under 10 seconds, and this is what Michael Nguyen needed. He needed a strong finish to see if he can steal this round.
And most likely stealing the round here with the aggressive ground and pound.
Gotta be careful with those up kicks. And round two comes to a close.
And folks, I've got to believe we've got it 1-1 early on. Todd, we're just getting started. We've already got some great fights here tonight.
Yeah, stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We have 12 action-packed fights here tonight for you. And this is kicking things off with our 135-pound matchup. And I was just about to ask you, Clay, if you felt that Michael Nguyen did enough to steal that round, and you felt that he did.
Yeah, I think like judges are human beings, and human beings have short-term memory. I think at the end there, you see the crowd get excited, you see those strikes. I think he stole it there at the end with that takedown and that ground and pound. It was very similar to what Gregario was able to do, but it happened later in the round. I think it'll be fresher in the judges' minds.
I agree with you on the short-term memory of some of these judges. You can't forget that Gregario also had some good positions too at the start of earlier part of the round. So I could even argue an even round.
Maybe
but
so.
If I'm coaching Michael Nguyen, though, I'm telling him to treat this like you got to get the stoppage. This is way too close to sit on a decision.
Yeah, I think Nguyen needs to use those kicks again. The pressure and the kicks really bothered Gregario early on in that round.
A lot of questions to be answered in this third and final round between these two bantamweights.
Yeah, I tell you, Nguyen looks like he is enjoying himself. Big smile, big nod, looking loose from the start of this and throwing those kicks, throwing strikes early on.
Gregario still light on his feet, and Nguyen now putting the pressure.
Todd, did you see the way he almost acted like he wanted to clinch and use that opening to throw strikes?
And you know what? They are going just as hard in this third round as they were in the opening round. These guys are in phenomenal shape.
No doubt about it. There it is, that teep kick again. It is draining. Draining with these body shots from Nguyen.
Good range control there from Nguyen with those push teep kicks. And I tell you what, Nguyen seems to enjoy control from the outside. Every time they get in close, Gregario seems to have a little bit of the advantage.
Yeah, Gregario is absolutely trying to close. Ooh, big right hand over the top from Nguyen. I tell you, Gregario wants to get inside and throw those hooks and make this a dirty, brawling fight. And Nguyen is using those kicks to keep the distance and just throw body shots right underneath that elbow, right into the floating ribs.
And Nguyen using that 1-2, 1-2 to close the gap, enjoying the body clinch now. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, what will Nguyen do You got to think he can't be satisfied with just cage control here.
Both these fighters with 5+ years of combat experience under their belts, and they're moving like a couple of pros here.
Absolutely. Right here in front of us.
And this is right in our face as Gregorio switches the positioning.
This is high-level grappling, folks. Don't get it twisted.
And once again, another warning from Ferrara.
Yeah, Nguyen using his legs there to grapevine up Gregorio. You got to think he can't give too many more warnings without doing something about it.
If I'm Nguyen's coach, I'm telling him, get that takedown. You need it.
Absolutely.
Because this is too close of a fight to call.
No doubt, to me, it all comes down to that second round. How do these judges score it? Right now, this one's still close.
Heck, you say that, yeah, this round 3 is almost as close as the second one, arguably.
Yeah, that's the thing about amateur fights. You got 3 minutes and 3 rounds. You don't have long. You got to make a statement as quick as you can. As we see, Nguyen almost has back control here.
Yeah, Nguyen's doing a better job in this round than he has in previous rounds in the cage control.
Yeah, Todd, I got to wonder if those body kicks, those teep kicks, maybe took something out of Gregorio. Maybe getting winded here. Look at this.
Nguyen now picking up the action. There's just 10 seconds left, and they're going to finish strong. They're going to slug it out to the bell, Clay.
Absolutely. These two young men swinging for the fence. Leave it all in the Texas City arena.
Brian, the Honey Badger Gregorio, and Michael Nguyen go the distance, ladies and gentlemen.
My goodness.
What
Folks,
a fight.
That is fight number 1, and I got to believe our cage has already been filled. What do we do? My goodness.
Promoter Chris Lopez at Elevate Fighting Championship delivering quite the opening fight here for you tonight. And I know Zero Fight Gear has quite the task of them ahead. That's just the first fight for them to judge. They got 11 more to choose. What's going to be the fight of the night and fighter of the night, Clay?
Man, it's already too early to tell, but we've already got contenders. I tell you what, an absolutely awesome fight at that 135-pound division. My goodness, we saw it all in that round, Todd. We saw some ground fighting, we saw some clinch fighting, we saw some striking, some brawls, some big hits, some good cage control. What more could you want out of a fight?
Well, Clay, we've been talking about this for a long time. The fighters in the Texas area, Houston is the hotbed, one of the hotbeds of the nation in producing some of the best fighters. I mean, these two guys, they're amateur fighters with less than 3 fights under their belt, but both of them have over 5 years of combat experience. You know, going into this fight. So, I mean, these guys look like solid pros in only their second and third fight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This Texas heat, this southern weather, mixed up with a little bit of Mexico coming up. You get some tough human beings in this Texas area.
We're going to hand it over to Colin Cantrell for the official decision.
Big round of applause for these two fighters leading the cage, everything they got. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Judge Michelle Morales scored the fight 29-28 for Gregorio. Judge Patrick Patton scores the fight 29-28 win. And Judge Chance Williams scores the fight 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Michael Nguyen.
And congratulations to Michael Nguyen as he improves to 2-0. I'm sure we'll be seeing many more fights of Michael Nguyen in months and years to come here on Elevate Fighting Championship.
Absolutely, and you got a feel for the Honey Badger, Gregorio. All he wanted to do tonight was win, and he left everything in that cage to get it done. Wasn't quite enough as Michael Nguyen comes away and is 2-0.
And to the victor goes the spoils as Michael Nguyen and his team enjoying that victory here tonight.
That big celebration there, big hugs all around.
And that takes us to our second fight of the evening as we have a lightweight matchup between Josh Thomas and Montana Berlanga. About to hand it over to our ring announcer, Colin Cantrell.
When they exit the cage, the doctors will check them out on each side, make sure everything's okay.
And looking like Jeff Rexroad is going to be taking over refereeing duties for this upcoming matchup. And Clay, I don't know if you know this, but Jeff Rexroad used to be a welterweight fighter here in the Houston area. Very successful, has a submission named after him called the Rex Angle.
Really?
That he won the Legacy Welterweight Championship back in the day.
Fantastic. You'll have to show me that one later. Fantastic.
And here we have, making his way to the cage, Montana Berlanga. 5'9", 27 years of age, representing Press Forward MMA. This will be his mixed martial arts debut, Clay.
Yeah, absolutely. We asked him earlier, what is your prediction for the fight? He quite frankly said second round TKO. Drown the man, go out there and shut him down. And we'll see if he can make that happen. It's his debut fight. The man already has some lofty expectations for himself, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I like it, just keep it simple. He's got 2 years of experience under his belt. Let's see what this 27-year-old can do going against a young Josh Thomas.
Yeah, these are young men. These are young men in the men's fight game, no doubt about it.
Then we see the final touches for Montana Berlanga as he enters the cage. And Montana Berlanga ready for action.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing Gracie Barra out of the women's, Josh Thomas.
There you see him, ladies and gentlemen. He's all fired up. Josh Thomas making his way to the cage. 5'9", 21 years of age. Has 2 years of experience under his belt as he represents a solid fight team in Gracie Barra, the Woodlands.
Absolutely. Josh Thomas, you know, you hear Gracie Barra, Texas, you immediately think of jiu-jitsu. Thomas also has quite the wrestling background. He plays fifth in state. So he might be listed as only having about 2 years of training experience. But my goodness, when you wrestle for a living, you have that work ethic, you have that training, you've been fighting bodies for fun. And that's what this guy's done. It's going to be very interesting to see what he's able to do here. What I believe is his debut, correct?
This is his mixed martial arts debut, and I'll tell you what, you couldn't have asked for a better coaching staff to make your mixed martial arts debut with than with Matt Wald and Alex Morano leading the way.
Alex Morano, UFC competitor.
Active on the current roster, has a lot of success under his belt, a lot of mixed martial arts knowledge, and one of the best striking coaches in the Texas area. Arguably, in my opinion, the best striking coach in the state, Matt Wald. And there you see him, Josh Thomas, ready for action.
First, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, official weight 155 pounds. Making his debut this evening and fighting out of Houston, Texas, Montana Berlanga. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, also weighing 155 pounds. Making his debut this evening and fighting out of Houston, Texas, Josh Thomas. Referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
And this opening round is brought to you by Texas Pit Stop Barbecue in Texas City. Josh Thomas, Montana Berlanga. And this lightweight fight is officially underway. Southpaw versus conventional matchup. And right away, Thompson.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's that state level wrestling we're seeing right there. Immediately dumps Berlanga on his head with that power double.
What a monster Thomas is.
Oh, but look at this, Berlanga fighting off his back.
Heck of an answer by Berlanga, my goodness. And Thomas just doesn't care, just lifts him and shakes him off as he passes the guard, enjoying top side position now.
Yeah, they are scrambling early and often.
Thomas is a monster.
Absolutely. He just got in control of those hips and took this fight right to where he wanted it, right on the ground.
Heck of composure for Montana to have the whereabouts to go for the armbar under pressure like that.
Yeah, and Berlanga almost trying to get a leg weave there. Could not get it.
Thomas is all over him. You are not allowed to elbow in the face at the amateur level, but you can knee to the body, which I'd like to see Thomas utilize a little bit more from this side position. He goes knee ride, trying to transition into the top mount position, and he secures it.
He's got it.
Looking to rain down some punches there, Clay. Oh, Berlanga in trouble now. Thomas now.
This is all pressure. Berlanga just gives up his back.
We call this the stretcher position in wrestling. This is not a fun place to be, Clay.
Absolutely. Thomas pounding away. This fight is over. Josh Thomas has secured his first victory.
First round TKO for the young up-and-coming fighter, Josh Thomas, representing Gracie Barra, the Woodlands. Heck of a statement in his mixed martial arts debut, Clay.
No doubt about it. The wrestling, the grappling, all just much too much for Montana Berlanga.
And Clay, Josh Thomas is only 21 years of age. I'm pretty confident we'll be seeing a lot more of this young man in future mixed Elevate Fighting Championships.
Absolutely, just old enough to celebrate this victory with a beer.
Yeah. Hey, here's to you, amigo. He is fired up.
No doubt. Looked like he could go another 10 rounds if he needed to.
I'm intrigued to see how this young man's career progresses. Tough draw for Montana Berlanga. I was impressed, though, with that armbar from his back under pressure like that. It's just matched up with a tough grappler, and just wrestlers are just like from another planet, Clay. Let's get the official decision. And Clay, Josh Thomas's prediction was a TKO on the ground.
As advertised, folks, wrestling is, in my opinion, the best base for MMA. Josh Thompson proved it there, coming in 0-0, leaving 1-0. Welcome to the win column, young man.
To the victor goes the spoils. There you see striking coach Matt Walls and UFC welterweight Alex Morano representing this young man as he exits the cage. That takes us to our next fight of the evening as we have Brandon Gonzalez taking on Ruben Matos in another lightweight matchup. As we clear the cage and prepare for our next lightweight match. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Bruchachos in Texas City at Mainland City Center has the best tacos in the area. From pork verde tacos, Baja fish, elote street corn, and more. Order from the taco stand or inside Stuck Garden. Bruchachos, tacos, queso, and more.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have coming to the cage, Ruben Stretch Matos. 6 foot tall, 33 years of age, representing Elite MMA. Hails from Cuba, has 3 years of experience underneath his belts. And Clay, this fighter, as we've said many times tonight, is going to be making his mixed martial arts debut here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They call him Stretch for good reason. He's a big man with big goals. He simply said, I want to make it to the UFC. Let's see if Stretch can reach out and can take one step closer to those goals here tonight.
Considers his family and his country some of his major accomplishments that he's going to be representing here tonight. And Clay, guys that are like very family oriented and family based, I feel that they are a little bit more grounded than most people.
Yeah, famously, Fedor Emelianenko always seems so calm in the ring. And what he stated, he always said, I'm just thinking that the other guy's trying to take food from my family. That's kind of the mindset of people that already have that at home. They got to fight for something bigger than themselves.
Ruben Matos ready for action.
UFC Gym, Brandon Gonzalez.
his way to the cage, Brandon Gonzo Gonzalez. 5'9", 23 years of age, representing the UFC gym. And Clay, this man has got the Booker T World Gym Arena on his feet with the Kurt Angle walkout music.
I tell you what, he said he's looking to grapple, and there's not a better song to come out to if you're looking to grapple. I'm unbiased. I'm not picking any favorites, but he might have swayed me a little bit with the Olympic Heroes song.
Hey, brother, you ain't the only one. I'm getting fired up just hearing this.
My goodness.
8 years of experience under his belt, 23 years of age, young man, 10, if you can call it an advantage. He's got youth on his side, 10 years younger than Ruben Matos. And there you see him, Brandon Gonzalez, ready for action.
Properties in a schedule for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each, and the Elevate FC lightweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet tall, official weight 155 pounds. Making his debut this evening and fighting out of Cuba by way of Houston, Texas, and across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, also weighed in at 155 pounds. Also making his debut this evening and fighting out of Houston, Texas, Brandon Gonzalez. Referee in charge of the action, J.J. Guerrero.
This opening round is brought to you by United Way, Galveston County, Mainland. Check them out at uwgcm.org. Brandon Gonzalez, Ruben Matos. And this lightweight matchup is officially underway.
And right away we see the pressure and the shot.
Gonzalez looking to impose his grappling early.
Yeah, the take away that reach advantage right away, get on the inside, get on those hips, drag the big man to the ground.
3-inch height advantage for Ruben Matos. And sometimes that extra length gives them a little bit extra leverage for their takedown defense, Clay. It can be tough to take those tall guys to the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw there, Matos actually got a warning. He threw a 12-6 elbow to the spine.
Ooh, gotta be careful there.
Yeah.
Not allowed to hit the spine, not allowed to use a 12-6. Even in pro MMA, they still have not updated that rule yet, Clay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Gonzalez now enjoying top position, was able to secure the takedown. Interesting fact about Gonzalez, he's a Houston police officer.
My goodness, he is swarming right now. Cannot get around those long legs though, still trying to do damage.
Man, good job in Matos using that length for the defense there, Clay, as you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forcing Gonzalez to try to work to get past that guard. Gonzalez was in punching position, just couldn't find the mark.
Yeah, we saw Matos almost attempt a rubber guard there, almost tried to pull that shin up. Gonzalez having none of it, keeping that pressure on, snapping that rubber in two.
Right here, the half guard, that is a grappler's dream if you're in an MMA fight. The bottom man tangles himself up, leaving you open just to make it look like you're being active while trying to rain down some shots. Gonzalez opts to transition to side control. And right here, some fancy stuff now by Matos. I haven't seen this one applied in MMA in a long time.
Wow. Almost a rubber guard from side control, getting that sweep.
This is a submission built for a tall, lengthy guy. Let's see how Gonzalez is responding.
I tell you, I think the only thing that is saving Gonzalez right now is that Matos' foot is caught under that knee. So he can't quite get the leverage he wants.
Matos looking like a human pretzel. Took a quick shot there with my phone there, as you can see. But nonetheless, Gonzalez is surviving, so this could be where he's just feeling the pressure, just not quite enough to tap just yet.
It's close.
Ooh-wee.
Looks like he's thinking about it.
Man, the color on
Back on top, wow!
What an escape for Gonzalez, Clay.
My goodness. You just survived the position. You got to wonder, did Matos tire himself out trying to hold that submission for so long? Did he do more harm than good?
Clay, that was all heart from Brandon Gonzalez. He hung in there.
No doubt about it.
Is this going to be enough for Gonzalez to take the round? Matos got a lot of points for having that submission attempt.
Woo.
Round comes to an end.
I tell you, right here in front of us, Todd, as that round ended, he threw a kill shot, and it just missed and connected with the mat.
Even though Matos had control of the majority of the round with that submission attempt, I couldn't quite put it as being Gonzalez being that close to tapping. I'd have to give Gonzalez that first round, Clay.
I think so. He's the one that secured the takedown in the first place. He was able to pass the guard, able to maintain control. Even when the sweep occurred, he still wound up back on top. I think just barely you give him the edge in the grappling.
And they call Ruben Matos stretch for a reason. He was able to display that dexterity in his limbs.
Absolutely. When I think of stretch, I think of the tall fighter. I think about how they want to use it on the feet. We saw him use it on the ground. Rubber guard almost from a side control position. I've never seen that personally. No, you've got more grappling experience than I do. That was incredible to get the sweep, almost get the submission. Let's see what happens here in the second.
What a fight card that promoter Chris Lopez is producing for us here tonight for Elevate Fighting Championship. This second round brought to you by Mainland City Center. Round 2 underway. Let's see how Matos responds.
And Matos is backing his hips up a little bit. He's not wanting Gonzalez to get in close a second time, but it does not matter. Back up to the cage we go.
Gonzalez timing that shot, able to secure a takedown. He's got to be careful for stretch.
Again, fighting for the rubber guard. Cannot get it.
The Houston police officer enjoying top position, has his head in position here to where he needs to make his way to side control, is able to get to half guard now. See what he can do from there, Clay.
Yeah, they're scrambling out of that half guard. And Gonzalez is just hammering him in the ribs, making him move those arms, trying to create an opening to get a better position. There it is.
Transitioning to mount, Gonzalez has predicted a submission or TKO for a victory here tonight. Let's see if that comes true.
Yeah, hammering away like Donkey Kong here.
As he enjoys top mount position, raining down those shots. Matos now just hanging on.
Watch those long limbs. Watch those long limbs getting caught up in submissions.
Oh, this is a tough spot for Matos to be in. Oh my goodness. Gonzalez now.
He's got the neck.
With the rear naked choke. Can he finish it? Is he under the chin?
It's tough to see from our position.
You can still crank that across the jaw and do a jawbreaker, and that is not pleasant either, Clay.
He's
and
under
right
the
there,
throat. That's it. That's a wrap.
Brandon Gonzalez with the rear naked choke victory in the second round. Wow.
From start to finish, Gonzalez, Gonzo, able to assert his dominance, bring it to the grappling where he wanted it, and eventually got the submission.
The Houston police officer with the correct prediction, submission victory here for Brandon Gonzalez. Impressive performance and an impressive display of heart for Brandon Gonzalez. I would love to see both of these guys back at Elevate Fighting Championship, Clay.
Absolutely, both men showed a lot. They showed a lot of heart, a lot of survivability. Very impressive fight for both men, regardless of the outcome.
Ruben Matos has proven to have a very awkward style, and we're about to get the official decision from our announcer, Colin Cantrell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it comes at 1 minute 44 seconds into round number 2. Your winner by rear naked choke, Brandon
And how appropriate, finishings off with the Kurt Angle Olympic medalist theme for Brandon Gonzo Gonzalez. I love it, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Representing the Olympic hero proud there with his wrestling ability, the pressure from the start to finish. My goodness, I tell you, Kurt Angle would be proud. It's true, it's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember no flash photography. Please no flash photography
Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Brick and Spoon is now serving breakfast, brunch, and lunch at Mainland City Center in Texas City, offering sweet eats, fresh greens, and everything breakfast. Learn more at brickandspoon.com.
Fourth fight of the evening. Please help me welcome to the cage, representing the Laredo Kickboxing Academy, Michael Bosco.
And here we have Michael Bosco making his way to the cage. 5'8", 21 years of age, representing Laredo Kickboxing. Has 2 fights underneath his belt, trying to bounce back from a September 2021 loss via armbar to Luis Rodriguez. And how do you think that affects him mentally, Clay?
And there's no doubt about it. Anytime you struggle to get wins in any sport, whether it be fighting, soccer, football, whatever it is, it has to affect you mentally. Again, you just want to come out and win. And there's no doubt what the game plan is when you represent a kickboxing camp. You want to keep it standing. That's exactly what Michael Bosco said. The game plan, keep it on the feet and show that I can outbox this man.
Had 2 fights in 2021. This will be his first fight of this year. There you see him, Michael Bosco, ready for action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai, Gabriel Edmeyer.
Gabriel Edmeyer, 5'8", 38 years of age, making his mixed martial arts debut here tonight, Clay.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I don't think he's going to be too nervous. The man has Spec Ops experience fighting on the front lines of Russia for the Ukraine. My goodness.
He's got 3 years of formal training under his belt. Has competed in Muay Thai. Shown on Tapology.com, he had a fight with Ishmael Connerly in January of this year. So he's been training and preparing all year long for this matchup, representing Main Street Boxing. Here you see him with the final touches. Gabriel Edmeyer, one of the older fighters here tonight. Can't underestimate the veterans, Clay. I mean, those guys, even though this is his mixed martial arts debut, has a lot of life experience, a lot of maturity that he's bringing into the cage here tonight.
Yeah, those guys have been ground down and built back up to be fighters, and that's what we're going to see here. You can't intimidate someone like this. You just got to believe he's going to come in looking to fight. You see there, he actually has the Ukrainian flag on his trunks.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth fight of the evening is being brought to us by Valerie Delgado Insurance and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each in the elevated FC flyweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the Training to Win blue corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, official weight 125 pounds. His record stands 0 wins against 2 defeats. Fighting out of Laredo, Texas, Michael Bosco. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the Valerie Delgado Insurance red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, his official weight 125 pounds. His record stands 0 wins against 1 defeat. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, Gabriel Edmeyer.
This opening round is brought to you by United Way Galveston County Mainland. Check them out at uwgcm.org. Gabriel Edmeyer Michael Bosco. And this 125-pound matchup is officially underway. Both fighters standing in conventional stance.
And right away, Bosco switching stances and moving well.
So Gabriel Antonio also goes by the last name Gabriel Edmeyer.
Yeah, that was throwing me for a loop. I'm just rolling with whatever y'all give me. Yeah, Bosco switching stances, not doing anything out of it. I'm curious what he's going to set up from that.
Bosco in the blue corner. Gabriel Antonio in the red. I'm going to refer to him as Antonio or Gabriel for the remainder of this fight, just not to confuse the viewers at home that you see on your screen. Flying knee attempt by Bosco. Did not pay off, Clay.
Yeah, Antonio kind of gave a look to the side like, you kidding me with that kid?
17-year age gap between these two fighters. 21-year-old Bosco taking on the 38-year-old Gabriel Antonio.
Yeah, I think Bosco needs to look for more of those leg kicks. They're clearly causing a problem for Antonio.
That one looked like it was below the knee, at the calf area. Those can really start to add up.
Yeah, those become much more prevalent in MMA over the last few years. You see them add up very quickly. It'll make you get tender on that front foot.
Almost halfway into this opening round between these 225-pounders. Antonio now closing the gap, working the clinch now as back Bosco into the cage, but he's not in great position because Bosco had double underhooks.
Yeah, he almost kind of bit down on his mouthpiece and walked through those strikes to get there.
Bosco now driving Antonio up against the cage. And Bosco doing a good defense, that forearm across the throat defense. That opens up for some solid knees to the face for this is the pros, but that's why you saw Antonio going for the body knees. Now we just saw a solid punch flurry from both fighters as they exchange punches.
And what we're seeing Antonio do, using his frame to actually create that distance, even here, pushing down on the head. Will it be enough to keep Bosco from getting the takedown?
Man, tough break there for Bosco. Looking for the takedown. Got to be careful and protect his neck as Antonio now
look at this.
going for the guillotine choke.
It.
And he scores. Gabriel Antonio with the guillotine choke over Michael Bosco. First round submission for the 38-year-old out of Main Street Boxing, Clay.
Yeah, Bosco just got too overzealous attempting that takedown, put his head where it shouldn't be. And Antonio took complete advantage and got a victory here tonight.
Gabriel Antonio wins his mixed martial arts debut.
Feeling good, no doubt about it.
That is a relief of a feeling that is undescribable, Clay.
Oh, I can't imagine weeks, months of preparation, trying to get ready for one moment, and in that moment you thrive. That's what you want to see. We see it all hanging out here tonight for Antonio.
Michael Bosco showed some signs of good flamboyance, trying to go for that flying knee earlier, but still in search of that first mixed martial arts victory after tonight's fight.
Yeah, very good success early on.
Let's get the official word from Colin Cantrell.
Congratulations again to Gabriel Edmeyer. We saw Bosco have success in the striking area, just decided to start grappling, and unfortunately paid for it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to take a quick intermission. We're also going to take a quick commercial break, so stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun there, but nonetheless. There we see Gabriel Antonio. To the victor goes the spoils. We are about to have an intermission here. I want to thank Texas Pit Stop Barbecue from Texas City, United Way, Galveston County, Mainland City Center. We are joining some awesome action here tonight in Texas City. I am Todd Moore calling the action here with Clay Roberts.
I'll tell you what, Todd.
And stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take that commercial break.
Book your next special event or wedding at the Marquee at the Mainland, located inside of Mainland City Center. Texas City's premier event venue with iconic architecture, beautiful chandeliers, fine cuisine, and more. Learn more at marqueeatthemainland.com. Marquee at the Mainland. Events made easy. Over the Top Waffle Shop is now open in Mainland City Center. Fresh waffles, delicious flavors, and all the toppings. Come try it today. Over the Top Waffle Shop.
The Peking Duck is now open at Mainland City Center. Asian fusion, duck egg rolls, Brahmin, and more. Learn more at peaksatducks.com. Peking Duck, Texas City.
We and I really like United Way. They're what I call a tip of the sword organization. They are meeting community needs at the very tip of the sword where people who maybe can't help themselves need help. And then we always hear the stories from the different organizations United Way gives to about how someone was helped or how their life changed through the United Way.
Learn more ways to donate to the United Way Galveston County Mainland and your impact on the community by visiting uwgcm.org.
I'm Corey Moss. I'm the Vice President and General Manager of the Valero Texas City Refinery. It's great to have some time to talk a little bit about Valero and the United Way. You know, we have 6 key values in Valero, one of those being caring. And it's not just caring within the team members of the Valero site and the company, but more importantly, it's about caring in the community. Valero believes in giving back to the community, and it's through the funds and the pledges of our employees and the matching gifts that our company does, we're able to support the agencies of the United Way.
Learn more ways to donate to the United Way Galveston County Mainland and your impact on the community by visiting uwgcm.com.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live at Elevate Fighting Championship. I am Todd Moore, calling the action here with Clay Roberts. We appreciate all of you that are watching at home from clearlifemedia.com. It has thus far been here at Elevate FC, a night of awesome action. We've been seeing it all, Clay. From 4 fights, we've had decisions, we've had knockouts, we've had submissions here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little bit of everything. Let me ask you, Tom, what do you think so far has been the fight of the night? What has been that zero fight gear fight of the night that we're looking for?
You know what? We've had some spectacular performances as far as just an actual solid back and forth fight that has gone the distance. I would give it to our opening matchup between Michael Wynn and Brian Gregario. Those two just went at it, Clay.
No doubt about it. It was a great clash of styles. One man trying to dance on the outside, one man trying to bite down on the mouthpiece and get inside. And when they collided, the grappling was phenomenal. I tell you, that for me, I agree with you 100%. That opening contest was awesome. And all the fights have been great in their own way. But yeah, that would be my pick as well.
We already 4 fights in. We have 8 to go. So already a third of the way. For me, I would have to say fighter of the night so far in the first 4 fights is a toss-up between the ground and pound, the strong wrestler in Josh Thomas, or also the strong wrestler with Brandon Gonzalez. Brandon Gonzalez winning by rear naked choke, Josh Thomas winning by ground and pound TKO.
Yeah, Gonzalez, old Gonzo, that would be my pick as well. We just saw him assert his dominance from the get-go and prove himself in a difficult situation to still come out on top and assert his game plan. That would be my pick as well.
We could give a performance of the night. I definitely would give Josh Thomas impressive, dominant display of wrestling. However, I was thoroughly impressed with the heart of Brandon Gonzo Gonzalez, surviving that submission attempt from the awkward Ruben Matos, enough to be able to make it to the second round and then impose his will and finally get that rear naked choke submission. So I'd have to give a slight edge to him and have to agree with you, Clay, that Brandon Gonzalez so far in the first 4 fights is probably fighter of the night in my opinion.
Well, there's the good news. We're kind of agreeing on the same thing. We've got 8 fights to go. We've got a whole night left on us. So let's just see how it goes, because we might change our mind 100 times before it's over with.
You guys are watching us live on clearlifemedia.com. I am Todd Moore, calling the action here with Clay Roberts, showing you some great matches from Texas City here at the Booker T World Gym Arena. Promoter Chris Lopez at Elevate Fighting Championship, producing some of the best young up-and-coming mixed martial arts talents in the nation. We've been seeing some hungry fighters looking to make a name for themselves, and we've seen 4 of them thus far certainly make a name for themselves here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. In wins and losses, we've seen more than just 4. I think we've seen some promise from people making their debut, even if they didn't come out on top. But the men that have managed to find a way to win, find a way to persevere, find a way to execute their game plan and come out with a victory, it's just been fantastic. And through 4 fights, through a third of this card.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on a intermission. Those of you that have attended these live mixed martial arts events know that they take these intermissions at least once throughout the night, and we are currently on one. We are going to be returning here pretty soon in probably about 5 to 10 minutes with a welterweight matchup, as we have Manny Hardware taking on Michael Garza in a welterweight showdown.
Todd, I am excited for that one. We talked to the fighters. We asked them, what are your mindsets? They both said they're predicting an exciting fight. They both predicted a knockout. So we're going to see 2 bulls collide, and only one can win. That's going to be an exciting one coming up right after this intermission. Just stick around, folks.
The welterweight division, one of my favorite divisions. You see a balance of both the strength and power that you get from the heavier weights, plus the speed and technique from the lighter weights. So really looking forward to that as well, Clay.
Absolutely.
That 170-pound fight coming to you here shortly once we return from our intermission. Once again, I'd like to shoot a shout out to some of our sponsors, as we have Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, Texas City. Check them out as txpitstopbarbecue.com. Also to United Way, Galveston County, Mainland. You can check them out at uwgcm.org. Also, Mainland City Center. We want to thank those guys for all their support here tonight. And if you're interested in shooting us a little bit of support to support the mixed martial arts community, or whatever sport it is that you'd like to be featured, we also do our high school football game of the week. If you'd like your sport featured, shoot us some info at clearlifemedia.com. We'd love to feature you.
Absolutely, we will do anything and everything. Let us come and do your boxing event. Let us come and do your high school football. Let us come and commentate for your college basketball. Whatever it is, we want to come and commentate. We want to highlight people that are doing their best in their sport, whatever it may be, whatever the event is. Contact us, info@clearlifemedia.com. Let us know you want to see us. We'll be more than happy to come in, and we'll make it an easy process too, and that's always a plus.
So unlike our football games, Clay, where we have a set time for a halftime show, the intermissions can go anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. I think we have about 5 minutes left. It's great for a bathroom break. So those of you all that are watching at home, stay tuned. The action should be back in roughly 5 more minutes. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to another commercial break, but stay with us.
Texas Pit Stop Barbecue is now open in Texas City. With additional locations in Galveston and Lamarck, this award-winning barbecue prepares you for whatever comes your way. Dine in, on the go, and catering. Texas Pit Stop Barbecue never takes shortcuts and always brings the heat.
Work hard, train hard. I'm about to knock out this barbecue at Texas Pit Stop in Texas City.
Book your next event, wedding, quince, or party at the elegant Water Grove event venue off Interstate 45 in Dickinson, Texas. Overlooking the Dickinson Bayou, there is space for every event. From the large ballroom to the game room, there's plenty of fun activities for your guests. Visit thewatergrove.com to learn how Water Grove is the destination for you. World Gym in Texas City is your new gym. Group classes, personal training, an indoor basketball court, outdoor workout area, and so much more.
Something for everybody to do. You can do it all right here at Texas City.
World Gym. At 100,000 square feet, there is nothing quite like the largest World Gym on the planet. World Gym, Texas City.
Stuck Garden in Texas City serves hearty Bavarian fare, draft beers, and cocktails known for its wide range of custom brats. You won't leave hungry. Grab a drink and play a game of cornhole in the roomy, upbeat beer garden. Stuck Garden, Texas City.
Riondo's is located in the heart of historic downtown Galveston, offering fresh, authentic Italian food with recipes that have been passed down from generation to generation. Locally sourced ingredients and a friendly atmosphere turn visitors into regulars and regulars into family. Visit and learn more about Riondo's at riondos.com.
Bruchachos in Texas City at Mainland City Center has the best tacos in the area. From Pork Verde tacos, Baja Fish, elote street corn, and more. Order from the taco stand or inside Stuck Garden. Bruchachos, tacos, queso, and more.
Texas Entertainment Experience is the ultimate family destination. Indoor go-karts, a skating rink, and a ropes course, video games, prizes, and much more. There's something for everyone. Tex, the ultimate family destination.
Folks, we are winding down here with this brief intermission. We are 4 fights deep into a 12-fight card, and we have already had a fantastic night of fights. Stick with us. We'll be back shortly.
Walking in a little late, ain't no time at the same time. So you made it. You made it. You didn't miss too much with Mr. Michael. If you comfortable, come on. Yeah. Yes, sir, we're getting ready for the next set of fights right now. Make sure you get back to your seats, get your drink, get your food, get back to your seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are still in the midst of our intermission. Just wanted to address everybody at home. We are 4 fights in the books on a 12 matchup fight card. 4 awesome fights. I am Todd Moore calling the action here with the tenacious Clay Roberts here in his home turf. We're here at the Booker T World Gym Arena. Sure, you got some war stories. A lot of wars here in this arena, Clay.
Man, war stories, horror stories, whatever you want, I got it. But right now, these young men tonight so far have created some stories of their own, and we're only a third of the way through this action-packed amateur fight card.
Houston, Texas is the place to be. We got a lot of things going on. We got the Astros in the World Series. We got Booker T World Gym Arena here. We are live from Texas City. We got a great fight night card here for you tonight as we await the welterweight showdown between Manny Hardware and Michael Garza coming up here shortly.
And Todd, we were talking about it. They both have a similar mindset. They both want to see the finish. You know, as soon as we get through this intermission, we're gonna see some slinging and banging, if you will. It's gonna be a phenomenal fight. I got a funny feeling.
Also, after that, we still await the mixed martial arts debut of Muay Thai Olympian Jeremy Milbourne as he takes on Richard Guerra. I know you're looking forward to that one, Clay.
Yeah, I'm a big Muay Thai fan.
We'll see if Milbourne can display some of those extraordinary kicks and kicking power. Right now, guys, they are announcing for all of the officials to make their way back to ringside. That means about a 2-minute countdown for us to start our next fight.
Yeah, they're wrangling everybody in. Everybody come together for these fights.
Got an experienced crew working the cage side here tonight. Let's take it to our announcer, Colin Cantrell.
Representing Texas, third coast MMA, Michael Garza.
Welterweight division that we're about to have here as we have a matchup with Michael Garza taking on Manny Hardware. There you see Michael Garza, 5'8", 23 years of age, representing Texas Third Coast MMA. There you see black belts Joe Solis in his corner. Had to go back, looked like he had to rush backstage real quick to grab some last piece of equipment. From El Campo, Texas, the 23-year-old has 1 year of training under his belts. How do you like it, Clay?
Man, I tell you what, young man, good training camp, coming out looking to swing for the fences, trying to secure a victory in his amateur debut here tonight. Should be very exciting.
They received black belt Joe Solis. He went backstage to get the Vaseline real quick. Those of you guys are wondering at home why they put Vaseline and grease on their face. It's to help combat the cuts. You don't want that dry skin to get yanked from the touch of the leather or even the point of a piece of skin like a elbow. So it's to help to try to control the cuts as best as possible. It's not foolproof, as you've seen.
Obviously not. You know, and you want to be careful too. You got to make sure it's just on those sensitive areas, the eyebrows, under the cheeks, that loose skin. If you get grease on the body or anything like that, the fight has to be stopped. There has to be a moment of clarity, if you will.
Representing the Metro Fight Team, Emmanuel Rivers Hardware.
Manny Hardware, 6 foot, 28 years of age, representing Metro Fight Club, has 4 years of training experience under his belt, also making his mixed martial arts debut here tonight. Comes from a great training camp of Metro Fight Club, had a lot of notable fighters in his corner here tonight, Clay.
Yeah, and he has a little bit more experience, a few more years under his belt of training, and he is representing the city of London actually tonight. I think he's the farthest reaching as far as the city's represented tonight. Well, we had a gentleman from Cuba earlier as well, but international flavor here in Texas City.
Here we see the final touches from Manny Hardware. He prepares for his welterweight matchup against the double tough Michael Garza.
And one thing we'll see right away is that he will have a long reach advantage and height advantage in what will probably be a swing for the fences style matchup.
There we see him, Manny Hardware, and he is ready for action. Let's hand it over to Colin Cantrell.
Gentlemen, our next fight is being brought to us by Train to Win and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each. In the welterweight division, introduce the first on my left, fighting the 0 fight here in the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, official weight 170 pounds. He's making his debut this evening fighting out of El Campo, Texas. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the battery, Delgado Insurance red corner. He stands 6 feet tall, official weight 170 pounds. Also making his debut this evening and fighting out of Houston, Texas.
This opening round is brought to you by Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, Texas City. Check them out at txpitstopbbq.com. Manny Hardware, Michael Garza, and this welterweight matchup is officially underway.
Be curious how both men start again. Both men predicted a KO in this welterweight fight.
Manny now already utilizing that reach advantage he has. Oh my goodness! Michael Garza with that overhand
Putting him on the ice skates! My goodness!
Can he finish this fight? He got Manny Hardware's attention.
And his mouthpiece has come out. Hardware's mouthpiece is in the center of the cage.
I'm not sure if referee JJ Ferraro has his eyes on it yet.
Not yet.
He would have likely had stopped it by now, or he's looking for an opportunity, because he's a great referee.
Yeah.
Hardware now, looks, it seems he's got his legs back underneath him.
Yeah, good chin, good heart from Manny Hardware, taking those hooks.
That's
fighting back.
That's where the disadvantage of being a little bit taller than your opponent comes into play. I mean, Garza timed that overhand right perfectly, Clay.
Almost immediately. It takes, as long as those punches are, it takes even longer for them to get back to your chin. And Garza just looped around. We said it, they're both fishing for knockouts, and we're seeing it early on.
And I'm impressed with the composure Manny Hardware was able. What is going on here?
I'm unsure.
I guess there's a break in the action, and okay, there it is. So good call there from JJ Ferrara. He did always have his eyes looking for the appropriate opening to put the mouthpiece back in. One of the best referees in Texas for a reason.
Yeah, back to the scramble here. Good wrist control here from Hardware. Again, using that length and that size to just keep the weight and the pressure down.
What a beard on Manny Hardware to come back from those two overhand rights, one of them knocking him down.
Yeah, you got to think he's going to be wary of that long straight again. That's what he got punished on twice in a row.
Garza trying to time it, just duck the head and just loop that hand over the guard.
We're seeing some good feints here from both sides. Both men a little hesitant.
Hardware now picking them hands up high. He doesn't want to get clipped again. We are 2 minutes into this opening round between these two welterweights.
And Garza's playing the counter fight game. He knows he's got that counter on the straight.
Hardware looking for that precision shot. Has a solid straight right down the middle there that landed. Garza didn't even blink.
Yeah, and Hardware's got to start throwing some feints to mix up the timing. He cannot get countered. He's got a tough chin, but I don't think he can take too many more of those hooks.
The senior at 28 years of age, Manny Hardware, against the 23-year-old Garza, who can impose whose will on the other.
Yeah, using a good 1-2 to keep the distance here. And he felt that pressure come in.
Yeah, just under 10 seconds left. Good counter right there from Hardware.
Yeah, near the end of that round, we saw Hardware start to get the timing down, starting to keep the pressure out with that jab, and it made Garza start to duck a little bit early, biting on some of those feints.
And Clay, I think that was a pretty easy round to score. How'd you score that opening round?
No doubt about it. That is Garza's round. He scored the knockdown. He countered the hook. But I tell you, if things continue going into the second the way it ended, I think Hardware might start to take over here in the second round. The feints were starting to mix it up. That's easily Garza's first round, maybe even a 10-8 with the knockdown. But that being said, Hardware was finding the timing there at the end, and the feints, the jab were all starting to mix things up for Garza.
Classic story of a fast starter in Michael Garza getting the attention of Manny Hardware. A lesser fighter would have been done already, but Hardware, the 28-year-old, able to stay composed and stay with it. He was able to get his legs back underneath him and find that timing towards the end of the round. So it's going to be interesting second round, Clay.
Yeah, he looks calm right now. And let me tell you, this is absolutely Frazier Ali style stuff, ducking under those long punches and trying to land those short hooks.
He's got a great team behind him in Metro Fight Club. A lot of experience to instruct him how to overcome this.
The key is the feint to set up your jabs and your straights for your hardware, and for Garza, you need to find that timing real quick. We see both men just a little hesitant now.
Hardware looks like a sharpshooter looking for that right opening.
Yeah, doing a good job moving his head too, even on the feints. There it is.
He is. Hardware now trying to open up.
Got to be wary of the counter, though. He's leaving himself open.
Garza doing a good job. Solid guard there, but Hardware connects.
Right here in front of us. Gets the knockout. Come from behind victory for Manny Hardware.
Wow. Manny Hardware with a TKO victory. Took his time, picked his shots, scored the knockout there over a double tough Michael Garza. Clay, that was impressive.
I tell you, both men predicted a knockout, and both men lived up to the expectation. That was an awesome, awesome fight. You get 2 knockdowns, 2 rounds, 1 finishes the fight. My goodness, and we saw Michael Garza try to get sit on the stool, and the stool went leaning. He is wobbled a little bit there, no doubt about it. Good stoppage by our official, by the referee.
Manny Hardware had said he wanted to prove to himself that he can do this, and I don't think you need any more proof than that, Clay.
Yeah, you go through hell in round 1 and you finish the fight in round 2. That's exactly what you want if you're a fighter. You prove your heart and your power.
They receive the respect from both gyms. We have Metro Fight Club and Texas Third Coast. 2 of the most solid gyms here in the Houston area. It's always great to see their prospects go to war. Let's get the official decision from Colin Cantrell.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee steps in to stop the action at 45 seconds into round number 2. Your winner by TKO.
Great show of respect from both fighters after a fantastic 2-round fight. But congratulations, Manny Hardware, picking up his first win. You want to prove you can do it? You just did.
Sure, we'll be seeing those 2 fighters in future Elevate Fighting Championships. To the victor goes the spoils. There you see Manny Hardware and the Metro Fight Club team. Some great fighters on that camp, Clay, I'll tell you that much.
Man, absolutely. If Manny Hardware is any symptom of it, then they've got a real camp over there.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen.
Over the Top Waffle Shop is now open in Mainland City Center. Fresh waffles, delicious flavors, and all the toppings. Come try it today. Over the Top Waffle Shop. Brick and Spoon is now serving breakfast, brunch, and lunch at Mainland City Center in Texas City, offering sweet eats, fresh greens, and everything breakfast. Learn more at brickandspoon.com.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Some of those advertisements, Clay, man, making me hungry.
Man, I tell you what, it's a long night. Thank goodness Texas City has got some wonderful food for us whenever we're ready for it.
And that brings us to our next fight of the evening, a lightweight matchup between Muay Thai specialist Jeremy Milbourne as he takes on Richard Guerra.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm curious to see what Milbourne looks like, Muay Thai Olympian against Guerra.
Moving on our 6th fight of the night. Please help me welcome to the cage representing Team Fajera, Ricardo Guerra.
And wasting no time, making his way to the cage, Richard Guerra, 5'5", 31 years of age, has been training for the past 4 years from Mission, Texas, representing Team Ferreira. He's got his work cut out for him here tonight, Clay.
wants to get this fight as soon as he can.
That's fighter life. Ain't all fun and games. It's not so glamorous, ladies and gentlemen. That's literally all they do. Eat, sleep, and train.
Yeah, you would know much more about that than I, but at the same time, my man, this is going to be a very interesting fight. You've got a tall Muay Thai fighter against a short man that just wants to swing. It's going to be interesting.
Richard Guerra, ready for action.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the cage, representing Heritage Muay Thai and the prestigious Jiu-Jitsu University, Jeremy Milborn.
Jeremy Milborn making his way to the cage, 6'1", 31 years of age, represented Heritage Muay Thai. I've known this man for a long time, Clay, and he's got a lot of Muay Thai experience under his belt.
Yeah, and I tell you, Muay Thai is lethal. A lot of people don't know this. You hear Muay Thai, you think of low kicks, you think of high kicks, you think of striking. Muay Thai has a lot of grappling too. It's a really good transitional sport to get into MMA. That's what Jeremy Milborn is looking to prove here tonight, that Muay Thai is a great base for MMA.
He's got some great backup in his corner, some Houston legends, as we see mixed martial arts pioneer, veteran Eve Edwards in his corner, and Muay Thai specialist Michael Chase Corley. You couldn't have asked for a better corner than that, Clay.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. When you've got legends, when you've got former pro fighters, when you've got that pedigree in your corner, it absolutely makes a world of difference. Richard Guerra gonna have his work cut out for him. Let's see if he can solve the Muay Thai puzzle that is Jeremy Milborn.
Jeremy Milborn, ready for action.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 6th fight of the night is being brought to us by Zero Fight Gear and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each in the Elevate FC lightweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the Train to Win blue corner. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, official weight 155 pounds. Making his debut this evening and fighting out of Mission, Texas, Richard Guerra. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the Ashley Delgado Insurance red corner. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, official weight a lean 155 pounds. Making his debut this evening and fighting out of Houston, Texas, Jeremy Milborn.
This opening round brought to you by United Way, Galveston County, Maryland. Check them out at uwgcm.org. Jeremy Milborn, Richard Guerra, and this lightweight matchup is officially underway. 8-inch height advantage for Milborn, Clay.
Yeah, and Guerra needs to watch where he puts his head. If you lean down, you're more likely to eat those Muay Thai knees.
Clay, I haven't sparred with Milborn since 2014. I have a lot of questions to be answered tonight. I'm curious to see how much he's improved since then.
Oh my goodness. Guerra already on the hips. I tell you, we're talking about the Muay Thai. Guerra wants to make it not a factor. He wants to get on the hips, neutralize it, as he's already moved a mount.
This is what Guerra needs to do, impose that grappling ability.
I tell you, this started on the feet. It started with him pressuring back, getting Milborn against the cage so that he could grab those hips up without, ooh, a huge right hand.
And Guerra now from the mount, looking to rain down punches on Milborn. Milborn now trying to find some type of opening for an escape, but it runs into the offense of Guerra, doing a good job of maintaining control.
Trying to push him off here. Could not get anything out of it, but at least he is out of that mount position.
Trying to transition to half guard.
I tell you, the pressure from Guerra is impressive right here. Maintaining the pressure on the hips there, not letting anything happen on the ground as he moves back to full guard, or excuse me, into full mount.
The Heritage Muay Thai fighter being forced to use some of his grappling skills. Does he have enough to get back to his feet?
Oof, 2 big hammer fists there.
Oh, looking like he's going for a heel hook.
They're trying to roll underneath.
Heel hooks are illegal, but just trying to see if he can turn it into a sweep.
Yeah, using those holds, even if you can't finish the fight with them, you can still use them to sweep. Oof, another Those are thudding hammer fists. Those are not light strikes.
Milbourne now trying to tie Guerra up with his legs. Finally back to his feet. This is where Milbourne needs to open up.
Yeah, Milbourne needs to get his back off the cage. I'm not an Olympian, but I know you don't want to be back against the cage if you want to keep the fight up.
Both fighters 31 years of age, and Guerra now throw attempt. Transitions into a high single now. Can he finish it?
Milbourne able to move his legs outside, prevent it. Guerra transitions around.
One hook now for Guerra, controlling Milbourne now against the cage as he's looking for his openings for some short, choppy shots.
Yeah, and Todd, this is the issue when you have these shorter fighters. They kind of live on your hips. They don't have to really change levels too much as he drags down Milbourne again, back into mount.
This is the definition of imposing your will on another fighter.
Oh my goodness.
Milbourne now bumps his way to the top position. Let's see if he can make something big happen in the closing seconds of this opening round.
And that right there is Jiu-Jitsu 101, ladies and gentlemen. Bump and sweep.
Guerra now looking like he's going for an arm bar. Too little, too late. Was that enough to steal the round for Milbourne, Clay?
I think absolutely not. Richard Guerra was able to control most of that fight, land heavy shots from the mount position. Milbourne coming out in the second round needs to keep his distance and not get back up to the cage. Circle away, and keep that man off your hips.
Milbourne, the taller and on paper the better striker of the two. What does he need to do in this second round to walk away the winner in the second round?
I'm sorry, who'd you ask about? One more time.
I'm saying Milbourne, the taller of the two, and on paper the better striker. You have to wonder, what is his coaches instructing him to do to walk away with the second round under his belt?
I think he needs to circle out. He cannot back straight up to the cage again. He needs to circle, use his range, use his jab, land some of those low kicks, but he cannot back straight up in straight lines. You have to move laterally away from the wrestler to keep him off your hips.
Look at Guerra looking nice and composed. See if he can, for his sake, have another repeat of about 3/4 of the first round.
I tell you what, he's built like a little Sherman tank, man.
Like a little spark plug.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's see if Milbourne's got his composure back. This second round brought to you by Mainland City Center. Milbourne now with a look of intensity in his face. He's trying to get zeroed in on his target.
Trying to bring pressure, but that's not what you want. Ooh. But that is an illegal kick.
Narrowly missed for the sake of Guerra.
Well, that could have actually been the end of the fight. It looks like instead of angles, Milbourne has opted to use pressure instead.
Man, Guerra has no fear. Does not look like he's intimidated at all by the physical attributes of Milbourne.
We talked about the grappling of Muay Thai, but it has not done any good here, as Guerra's just managed to get these underhooks over and over again and drag this fight to the ground.
Milbourne now with the whizzer. See if he can do something with it, but Guerra transitions to another single, drags Milbourne to the canvas. Oh, good reversal there by Milbourne.
Yeah, using that key lock to transition to a sweep and take the back.
Milbourne now doesn't have the hooks in quite yet, but there he scores with one. He's got them long libs. Let's see if he can take advantage of it, Clay.
Yeah, it looks like the other leg is trapped underneath. He won't be able to secure it, but he's still got the back.
Floating with him very nicely, how he's still on his back through that transition, but Guerra has recovered.
When you have someone that small and that stocky, it's kind of like wrestling with a ball bearing. You think you got him and he just rolls out from underneath you. I tell you, this is not what you want if you're Milbourne. Guerra is staying underneath. He's staying on the hips. He's keeping pressure, not letting that striking be any kind of a factor.
Clay, this has been a classic story of contrasting styles, contrasting body types.
Absolutely.
It's just who can impose whose will on the other, as Milbourne now takes the action to the center.
Yeah, he is biting down on that mouthpiece and trying to create pressure.
Guerra now eating a leg kick. Milbourne now, did he find his range? And as soon as I say that, Guerra in on a double leg takedown.
Yeah, it looked like Milbourne was opting for volume over power. And that, with the lack of power, again,
Milbourne with that Kimura sweep. And now looking to range some punches. sure if he can keep that distance and get her off of his legs. But Guerra now just forcing the takedown.
Yeah,
Will not be denied. Sorry, Clay, go ahead.
No, this reminds me of early 2000s MMA, the striker versus the wrestler, who can impose their will. And so far, we're seeing the wrestler manage to walk through those strikes.
Another solid round for Guerra, but Milbourne had his moments, Clay.
No doubt about it. Milbourne managed to stay on the feet just a bit longer, but I still think it's the imposing of the wills, managing to take Milbourne out of his comfort zone. We saw there on the ground, he had the sweeps and everything. It's an interesting round to score, but I think I give it barely to Guerra.
If you are Milbourne's coaches, you have to be telling him that he needs a stoppage to win this fight. Is he able to keep the little spark plug Guerra off those legs? We shall see. A lot of questions to be answered in this third and final round, Clay.
Absolutely. I think the key is going to be pumping out those jabs, create that volume again to force the shot and try to time maybe a knee or an uppercut into the shorter man.
If you time a knee onto a shot to the face, those are legal in amateur MMA, ladies and gentlemen. No reinforced knees, but you can time a knee with a shot. So we'll see if Milbourne's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, Milbourne needs to create pressure to force the shot. That's my prediction here. We'll see what he does.
Who wants it more? Jeremy Milbourne, Richard Guerra, the third and final round, brought to you by Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, Texas City.
And it looks like Milbourne wants to create pressure, but he's also backing up after his shots. He knows that a shot into a takedown could end this fight for him.
Milbourne needs to control that range, stay fighting on the outside. Oh! Wow! What a shot by Guerra. And Guerra now turning up the pace. Can he finish him, Clay?
He's trying, Todd. That is the wrestler's overhand. You shoot so much that it makes the hands come down. You leave your chin out, and the overhand opens up. The wrestler's overhand, a la Uriah Faber right there.
And Milbourne now, he's picking it up, and he's answering back.
Again, trying for it. Good job by Milbourne, keeping his hand tight to the face, not letting that happen again.
Milbourne answered right back, right when it looked like he was in trouble there.
We saw the uppercut. There it is again.
And Milbourne now, he's taking control. Oh, as soon as I say that, Guerra answers back with a solid right.
My goodness. They're swinging.
What a fight, ladies and gentlemen, here at Elevate Fighting Championship.
No doubt. I think now's the time to shoot for that single. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in the striking game with a Muay Thai fighter. Win this round.
Another contender for Zero Fight gear for Fight of the Night, Clay.
No doubt. I think the overhand might have earned that takedown if Guerra wants to shoot for it. Oh! And as I say that,
Richard Guerra.
He's put Milbourne on ice skates.
Milbourne on wobbly legs. Can he survive? Oh, and Guerra opts to take him down. He's got Milbourne stunned, but the Ferrara-trained fighter opts to impose his grappling ability. That's where he feels most comfortable.
And that's the danger of fighting a wrestler. The grappling opens the striking, and the striking opens the grappling. As we see now, Guerra has moved into half guard.
Personally,
go ahead.
Personally, if I was Guerra, I probably would have kept the punches flying, but Guerra, the grappling specialist, opts to take him down. Maybe right out of decision, and that's been Milbourne's bread and butter all night, that Kimura sweep.
And if I'm Milbourne, I do not want to be here. I want to get to the feet and swing, and you got to end it. Oh, wait. As I say that, transitions to an armbar.
Can we see a Cinderella comeback? Cinderella story. Milbourne now with the armbar, but oh, man.
He's got to pull for his life.
Oh, my goodness.
No, could not get it. He lost it with 15 seconds left in the round.
Guerra with the body awareness, able to avoid the armbar. Just under 10 seconds left. Looking like he's going to ride his way to a phenomenal decision victory here. Been an action-packed fight, though, Clay. I'll tell you that much.
No doubt about it. We saw everything you could want to see in that fight. Grappling, striking. My goodness, what a fight.
Jeremy Milbourne and Richard Guerra go the distance in potential fight of the night.
And tell you what, I do not envy Zero Fight Gear having to pick just one fight out of what we're seeing here tonight.
There we see Milbourne with his corner, Eve Edwards and Michael Chase Corley. Two of the best guys that you could ask to have in your corner representing Heritage Muay Thai. And then we see Richard Guerra with the Team Federada as we await the official decision from our judges. How do you have it, Clay?
I think absolutely Richard Guerra. We talked about the Olympian all night. We talked about being a Muay Thai Olympian all night, but it was a non-factor with the wrestling. Wrestling seems to just dominate this sport in so many ways as we've watched it over the years. We've watched how it's evolved, and we saw it there again as the Muay Thai was eliminated. I think this is an easy win for Richard Guerra.
It's the beauty of MMA. Let's make it official as we hand it over to Colin Cantrell.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for these fighters. Fighting hard with 24 rounds of action. We're going to judges' scorecards. The scores are 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28. All three for your winner by unanimous decision, Richard Guerra!
Richard Guerra wins his mixed martial arts debut. I expected a shutout from the judges, Clay. I'm curious which judge scored it 29-28.
Yeah, I want to know what round they were watching when they scored that. But again, we get paid to sit here and talk, I guess. So,
well, they get paid to judge, and you know.
Excellent display of wrestling, excellent display of striking. All fully well-rounded fighter there.
And that's going to lead us to our 7th fight of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Clay, this night is just moving along with all this action.
Yeah, I tell you what, it has been just action-packed in every sense of the word. Submissions, striking, decisions, whatever you like, we've got it here at Elevate FC. Chris Lopez puts together one hell of a card. It's been a lot of fun so far. We're about halfway through.
I believe this will be a catch weight of 140 pounds as we have Chris San Nichols taking on Scrappy Doo, Daniel Cabos. How do you like that, Clay?
My goodness, let me at him, let me at him. Let's see what happens here, as catch weights are always an interesting one. We've got two fighters that are meeting at, you said 140, I believe the weight was?
Yes.
140, that's gonna be interesting. It's a new one for me, so we'll see what happens.
Thank you all that are joining us live on ClearLifeMedia.com. I am Todd Moore calling the action here with Clay Roberts. You are watching Elevate Fighting Championship. Promoter Chris Lopez giving some of the best young up-and-coming mixed martial arts talent a platform to work their craft. And we've seen some phenomenal performances here tonight.
Yeah, and we've seen fighters making their debut. We've seen fighters getting the first win of their career. We've seen a little bit of everything here tonight. And that's what it's all about really at this amateur level. Make sure everybody can kind of get their feet under them and get some more experience at this level. Very important.
I also want to give a shout out to some of Chris Lopez's supporters. We got Train to Win, Zero Fight Gear, and Ashley King Properties. Chris Lopez, promoter for Elevate Fighting Championship, put on a phenomenal fight card here for you here tonight. Been part of the mixed martial arts community here in Houston for a long time, and I would vouch as a good dude, Clay.
Awesome, and man, I tell you, Todd himself is a good dude. So when Todd vouches for you, I'll vouch for you too.
Not like our friend Chris Ortiz now.
Nah, Chris Ortiz, terrible human being.
Yeah.
Definitely don't listen to his podcast.
We're only half joking there, Chris. We love you, brother.
Absolutely.
Well, Clay loves you, brother.
I love you, Chris. Listen to the Beast on One podcast. I'll give you free advertising.
Yeah. We are live here in Texas City at the Booker T World Gym Arena, where things are happening here tonight on a Saturday night. You are watching live on ClearLifeMedia.com as we await our 7th bout of the evening as we have Chris San Nichols taking on Daniel Cabos in a catchweight showdown.
And I tell you what, if it's been anything like the rest of these fights, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really fast. And it's going to be tough for us to call because, man, you look away for a second with some of these smaller fighters and they're already shifting positions. They're already finding ways to move. It's going to be interesting. I'm always excited for the smaller fighters.
Quick story with Chris Lopez. We both used to work for a particular gym owner that didn't practice the best moral practices. And Chris had told me that this guy went behind my back and was trying to offer Chris my job as a coach over there. He was telling me, hey man, this guy is just, you know, he's tearing you down behind your back. So just be on the lookout. He tried to offer me your job, but I you know, that's not how I do business.
Right.
I'm telling you up front that this guy, he's going around behind your back trying to find a replacement for you off of you know, something that was just unjustified. And so that guy is no longer doing business, I'll tell you that much, Clay. But I just thought that was a real stand-up of Chris, just to be able to tell me, hey, man, just letting you know, this guy is acting like a scumbag and is trying to go behind your back and replace you just for a reason that I know is not true.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's the fight game, if it's the day-to-day life, whatever it is. If you're an honest person, you got a place in my book. And good job for Chris Lopez being a stand-up guy and an honest person.
Yeah, so Chris has been looking out me for many years, and I'm happy to be calling his fights here tonight. Happy to be part of his promotion here at Elevate Fighting Championship. And it's looking like I must have not heard them call for a intermission there, Clay.
Maybe so. It looks like we might be having issues with one of our cameras. That might be what we're waiting on over here to the right. But I believe, yeah, it looks like there's some movement. We are taking some time between these fights. If you need to go take a restroom break, maybe grab a snack, something like that, now might be a good time to do it. But don't be gone too long because we are definitely going to have some fights coming up here shortly.
Be a great time for a commercial break. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Mainland City Center, United Way, Galveston County, Mainland, and Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, Texas City. Give them a look-see. And stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go for a quick commercial break.
Texas Pit Stop Barbecue is now open in Texas City. With additional locations in Galveston and Lamarck, this award-winning barbecue prepares you for whatever comes your way. Dine in, on the go, and catering. Texas Pit Stop Barbecue never takes shortcuts and always brings the heat.
Work hard, train hard. I'm about to knock out this barbecue at Texas Pit Stop in Texas City.
World Gym in Texas City is your new gym. Group classes, personal training, an indoor basketball court, outdoor workout area, and so much more.
Something for everybody to do. You can do it all right here at Texas City.
World Gym. At 100,000 square feet, there is nothing quite like the largest World Gym on the planet. World Gym, Texas City.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And here we have, making his way to the cage, Scrappy Doo, Daniel Calbos. 5'4", 26 years of age, representing Elite MMA from Veracruz, Mexico. How do you like that, Clay?
And I tell you what, any guy that's willing to call himself Scrappy Doo and then get into a fist fight, he's got to have some heart and got to have some fight in him. He asked him what the game plan was. He put it very simply: drown the man, drown him, put pressure on him. Just, I mean, how simple can it get? Scrappy Doo wants to get in a fight. I think he's going to come out here and get in a fight tonight.
From Veracruz, Mexico, you have to assume that he's likely a huge fan of Mexican legend Julio Cesar Chavez, and that representing that Mexican fighting spirit. There you see him, Daniel Calbos, and he is ready for action.
Yeah, no circling the ring, went right to his corner, ready to swing.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing ACS Martial Arts, Chris San Nicolas.
There you see him, Chris San Nicolas. Chris San Nicolas, 5'10", 29 years of age, has been training for the last 3 years from Guam, looking for his first mixed martial arts victory here tonight. And Clay, I was talking with his head coach, Drew Radicek, prior to the event. He was saying that the majority of San Nicolas's losses were at the heavier weights on short notice. Very proud individual, goes by the nickname Bobak when he serves in the Coast Guard. So tough individual, Chris San Nicolas, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. How interesting that Cabos said he wants to drown him, and San Nicolas served in the Coast Guard. What an interesting little fact there. But I tell you what, man, you talk about those losses coming at heavier weight classes, and this isn't a catch-weight bout. People like this, as fans, we like to do this thing where we see 0-3, we say that's a winless fighter. That's not a winless fighter, that's a guy with experience. He's got 3 losses, but he's been in 3 fights. And that's something that could be invaluable here in this type of an environment here.
There you see him, Chris San Nicolas, Bobak, ready for action.
Our 7th fight of the evening is being brought to us by Ashley King Properties and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each and the 140-pound catchweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the zero fight corner, blue corner, 5 feet 5 inches tall, he weighed in at 140 pounds. His record, 0-0, debuting this evening and fighting out of Veracruz, Mexico, by way of Houston, Texas, Daniel Cole. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the Valerie Delgado Insurance red corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, so official weight 140 pounds. His record stands no wins against 3 defeats. Fighting out of Guam, by way of Lamar, Texas, Chris San Nicolas.
This opening round is brought to you by Mainland City Center, as we have Chris San Nicolas, Daniel Cabos, Scrappy Doo. And this 140-pound matchup is officially underway. Southpaw versus conventional matchup.
Yeah, right away, it's how do you solve the southpaw puzzle? It's always something I'm curious to see what fighters do.
San Nicolas standing in the southpaw stance, for those of you at home. One with the red tape, representing the red corner. Has a 6-inch height advantage over Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, it looks like Cabos has decided that the best way to solve it is to just bite down and come forward.
As we saw in the earlier fight, that overhand right can be money. Going to be a little bit more trickier against a southpaw fighter.
No doubt, San Nicolas probably needs to look to set up his left straight, a la Conor McGregor style. Especially the way Cabos is just coming forward with these, just swinging shots.
And conversely, that's what Cabos needs to do, as that straight down the middle is open for him as well.
Absolutely.
So who can land who's first? San Nicolas, the longer of the 2
there
fighters.
It is!
Boom! Wow, you called it, Clay. And Cabos now with his head caught underneath.
Yeah, the southpaw left straight is a staple since the early days of striking martial arts.
Cabos there looking for some dirty boxing. Recovered well from that shot. What a beard on this man. Got that Aztec warrior spirit.
Absolutely. Cabos now is actually looking to move his lead foot outside. That'll help set up his straight a little bit better. Look at the movement, moving to the side, trying to get the foot outside of the southpaw. That's a very smart move there.
Mexican fighters have a history of being blood and guts and just moving forward, swinging away, a la Arturo Gatti, Julio Cesar Chavez, you name it. Daniel Cabos from Veracruz, Mexico. I say Gotti. Gotti's an Italian fight. What a
It happens, man. It happens.
But I say blood and guts. He's one of the first guys I think of.
I got you, man. I got you. Oh, again! Left straight from the southpaw. Looking to finish the fight. Cabos pressuring into the hips, trying to turn this into a grappling match, Todd.
Cabos, can he finish that single? He's in trouble. But that's buying him valuable time to get his composure back. Nicholas needs to stay on top of him.
I tell you, the southpaw left straight is dangerous, and the other thing about it is it can make your man duck his head into high kicks. Left straight again.
That left straight has been money all night for San Nicolas.
Walking down, creating pressure. With the
1-2, just under 10 seconds left. Go ahead, Clay, sorry.
With the way Cabos is ducking his head, watch for maybe a high kick. We saw the uppercut attempt there.
And this round comes to a close. I'm gonna blame that Arturo Gotti flub and calling him a Mexican fighter on our buddy Chris Ortiz, Clay. That's Chris Ortiz's fault on that one. So.
Yeah, definitely want to put the blame on Chris there.
I'm gonna bury him tonight. So all of my problems are his fault. So nonetheless, back to what we got going on as pretty easy round to score there, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We talked about solving the southpaw puzzle. Cabos tried to move a little bit and get his lead foot. Again, fighting a southpaw is about lead foot positioning. How do you move to set up your jab and set up your straights? He tried to get outside of the lead foot, but unfortunately, San Nicolas able to get inside, throw the left right over the top of that guard, and pin him down, dropping him twice in the first round. I got to think that's probably a 10-8 round there.
The ACS train, Chris San Nicolas, there with Nico Echeverri, one of my favorite fighters to watch. And Drew Radicek in his corner, so he's got some great instruction behind him. But Cabos, Scrappy-Doo, he's living up to that name. He's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, no doubt, still in this fight. Here as we get ready to start the second round.
The second round brought to you by United Way Galveston County Mainland. Check them out at uwgcm.org.
And Cabos is trying to move to his left, keep his foot on the outside so he doesn't get caught with that straight. San Nicolas doing a good job, though, of keeping his back to that side of the cage.
Inside leg kick there for Cabos. Answered back with a body shot there from Nicolas. And he is just swinging away now.
Yeah, Nicolas needs to be careful, though. He is leaving his chin out on a lot of these swings. He needs to punch straight. It's that straight that he's had the most success with.
And you know what that says, Clay? That says he's getting more comfortable, just letting his guard down a little bit and just swinging away for it.
Absolutely.
It's surprising because ACS is known for producing some of the best grapplers that we've seen here in the Houston fight area. And that San Nicolas has been very savvy with his striking here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Did you see what Cabos tried to do there? He's using his lead foot to get behind the foot of San Nicolas to set up his right straight. That's actually very clever. Maybe cause a trip in the process. Watch the lead foot when he swings this right. He's trying to set up a foot sweep at the same time.
As we see San Nicolas with the head movement. And now Cabos running those punches right down the middle, closing the gap, and let's see if he can score a takedown from this body clinch position.
Yeah, we can hear Scrappy-Doo saying, yeah, let me at him here against this cage. He's trying to turn this from a technical striking bout into a fight.
Over underhook position now for both fighters. San Nicolas using that left underhook to prevent Cabos from going any lower.
Todd, I gotta wonder if maybe San Nicolas is a little bit gassed. I saw him kind of look up at the clock there. He might have tired himself out throwing some of those punches, trying to finish the fight there.
29-year-old out of Guam.
And breathing with his mouth open here.
Serves in the Coast Guard. Has a lot of experience under his belt. This is his first fight in over a year. His last fight was in September of 2021 against Alan Reyes. Has that time off, giving him a little bit extra time to find them sea legs.
And Cabos is staying in it. He said he wants to drown the big man. We're seeing it here. He's staying on him, trying to drag this fight to the ground.
Tell you what, Clay, he was working hard for that takedown, and that really sucks whenever it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, and I just saw San Nicolas at the same time go, ooh, big breath there.
It's going to be an interesting round to score.
I think I might give it to Cabos. That first round was probably a 10-8. Cabos is turning this into a scrap, though, as his name has advertised.
And remember at home, ladies and gentlemen, we are loosely scoring this as we are watching it. But if you had to ask me, maybe it's treat this fight as a one apiece. Whoever wins this next round is likely going to be the winner of the fight.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're not judges, we're just watching. But man, so far, after that first round and then the second round, I give it to Cabos. But I tell you, I really, and I might be wrong, I might be misreading it, but I really think San Nicolas might be a little bit gassed there. I'm very curious what Scrappy Doo does coming out.
And then from this at home, if you look on that table, you see those gloves on the table, the blue, gold, and red. Those are going to be given from Zero Fight Gear later tonight for our Fight of the Night winners and Fighter of the Night. So it's going to be interesting to see some great fights here tonight. As you are enjoying a catchweight matchup between Chris San Nicolas, and Daniel Cabos. Elevate Fighting Championship from Texas City. This third round brought to you by Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, Texas City. We are underway, guys. Let's see who wants it more.
And the problem with MMA, every round starts standing, so you've got to resolve this puzzle.
San Nicolas impressive thus far with those straight lefts and striking ability. Low blow there. Referee JJ Ferrara quickly calls the timeout. They give the fighters up to a 5-minute break if they need it to get their bearings back after a foul like that.
Yeah, and unfortunately that just tends to happen. You've got two guys swinging with those kicks to the midsection. Unfortunately, especially with the taller fighter, his midsection kind of comes up a little higher. And sometimes you just come off target.
You know, people at home may question frequently about, like, hey, aren't these guys wearing cups? But depending on what type of cup you're wearing, sometimes those cups do move around. And so it might be in place at the start of the matchup and then move, and then when somebody kicks you there, it gets edged up into your sack, and it's not the best of feelings.
No doubt about it. And I tell you what, if Nicolas wasn't gassed before, if he wasn't having a hard time catching his breath before, this certainly will not help that. Man, take all the time you need. I guess that's kind of what it is. My goodness.
And I'll tell you this much, Clay. I mean, it's hard to recover from that. If you get a good low blow like that, I mean, it can affect the fight. I wouldn't be totally against instructing some fighters to respond in kind just to even things up. If you take a really hard shot there, I mean, you are weakened. It's like you barely brush your gut after that. It's going to hurt,
Yeah, no doubt about it, but we are right back in the action, Todd.
Let's see what happens here. A lot of time left in this third round. And right away, San Nicolas goes for that money shot. That straight left down the middle. Oh, once again, lands a good one.
Yeah, trying to set up that left straight again.
Right here, double jab straight right from Daniel Cabos. Scrappy Doo coming forward.
Watch for the uppercut. San Nicolas is moving to his left, trying to set up the straights and the uppercuts.
The Aztec Warrior from Veracruz, Mexico, coming forward, swinging away.
Yeah, and Todd, Scrappy Doo's chin is right up in the air right now, unfortunately. I think he might be set up here. Could just take one shot. Let's see what happens.
The 29-year-old experienced fighter.
Nicolas is trying to time it. You can see, there it was. But good timing by Cabos as he managed to duck under the straight this time.
Once again, Cabos into the takedown. This time scores with it.
We said San Nicolas was trying to time the straight. So was Cabos. He was waiting on it. He ducked right underneath, got this takedown secured, trying to win this round.
He had to work for that one, Clay, and now he's enjoying this top position with a minute and change left to go.
Yeah, you can't spell Scrappy Doo without scrap, and that's what Cabos has wanted to do right here. My goodness.
There you saw Judge Patrick Patlan got the best seat in the house there, working the action right in front of him.
Absolutely, and I tell you, Todd, if that first round was a 10-8 and Cabos wins the next two, this could be a draw.
We shall see. Very hard to score a 10-8 round. And we'll see if these judges, what they gave them, you don't see them too often.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the amateur MMA level. We'll see how they score it, but 2 knockdowns in the first, I could easily see it going that way.
Cabo's now enjoying top position.
And we saw there he tried to posture up to create more room for strikes, but that was the space that San Nicolas needed to get back to this full guard. Look at the way he's leaned back on his head. I don't think he wants to transition. I think he just wants to stay here and end the round.
Short time left for these two fighters. See what happens.
Try to transition.
Triangle attempt by Nicolas. Does he have enough time? There's a 10-second clap.
And I believe the foul threw our round clock off just a bit, but we are winding down in the third in what was a great catch-weight fight.
And Chris San Nicolas and Daniel Cabos go the distance in this catch-weight matchup. Yeah, that first round, highly unlikely they scored that one a 10-8. San Nicolas scored the 2 knockdowns. It did solid damage, but Cabos was in it enough and responded in kind enough to where it should be a solid 10-9. 10-8, we probably need a little bit more duration, more knockdowns for that to have been a 10-8, but gonna be an interesting round, fight to score. If it was 1-1 going in that third round, I probably would have to lean towards Scrappy Doo, Clay.
Yeah, I think Cabos might have taken it. If that first round wasn't a 10-8, which I'm taking your word on it, you absolutely have more experience in the Texas amateur scene than I do. But if that's the case, then I think Cabos managed to make a come-from-behind victory here.
Oh, heck yeah, those of you watching at home, the Astros are ahead 3-0. That is an important announcement to make. But here we get the official decision here for these two fighters. They are tallying them up as our ring announcer, I spotted him, he's across the cage from me right here, Colin Cantrell, talk with a head commissioner guy right here. Kind of brought this crowd to a silence after that announcement of the Astros being ahead 3-0. But there you see Colin Cantrell. He's got the official score in his hand, and he's making his way to the cage. And we await the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for these fighters. We are called rounds. Go to the judges' scorecards. Our judges score the fights 30-26, 29-28, and 29-28. All three for your winner by unanimous decision, Chris San.
Wow.
Which judge made a liar out of me, Clay? 30-26.
30-26.
That's
man.
a 10-8 round, as you called it.
Yeah, that was a 10-8 round early, but I am curious how you score those last 2 rounds. That's
probably that same judge that gave Jeremy Milbourne that 1 round that we were talking earlier.
Well, it's not our job to criticize judges entirely, but man, sometimes you just got to question it.
Sometimes it's fun. Don't you say it's not our job? Yeah, it's part of the job, and I thoroughly am and always up to put the judges to task on their scores. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to have some great action. Stay with us.
We and I really like United Way. They're what I call a tip of the sword organization. They are meeting community needs at the very tip of the sword where people who maybe can't help themselves need help. And then we always hear the stories from the different organizations United Way gives to about how someone was helped or how their life changed through the United Way.
Learn more ways to donate to the United Way Galveston County, Mainland, and your impact on the community by visiting uwgcm.org. Book your next event, wedding, quince, or party at the elegant Water Grove event venue off Interstate 45 in Dickinson, Texas. Overlooking the Dickinson Bayou, there is space for every event. From the large ballroom to the game room, there's plenty of fun activities for your guests. Visit thewatergrove.com to learn how Water Grove is the destination for you.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we await a lightweight matchup between Joseph Ice Cold Morales as he takes on Victor Herrera. Victor Herrera making his mixed martial arts debut tonight against the 4-fight veteran in Morales. That is the upcoming fight. 7 fights down, 5 to go, Clay.
And I tell you what, coming up next, Ice Cold versus the volatile one. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will, man.
Both fighters in their 20s. Ice Cold, the second youngest fighter here tonight. The youngest fighter we got is 19 years of age. Ice Cold at a solid 20 years old, making, actually he already has 4 fights under his belt. Going into this fight, the veteran.
My goodness, coming right out of high school and then saying, yeah, I want to fight human beings for a living. That's a different breed of cat right there, folks.
That was me, brother. First cage fight was at 20 years of age, taking on grown men since I was 17.
Man, Todd's a bad dude, folks. Don't y'all forget it.
Oh, I not so humbly agree with you, amigo. But nonetheless, you are watching Elevate Fighting Championship. Promoter Chris Lopez providing quite the platform for our young up-and-coming fighters in the Houston area. Another place for them to work their craft and help succeed their dreams in fighting in the highest levels, whether it be in Japan, whether it be in the UFC. We're watching some of the best mixed martial arts action here tonight at Elevate Fighting Championship. I am Todd Moore, calling the action here with Clay Roberts, and you are watching live on ClearLifeMedia.com.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Elevate is a perfect name for this promotion, because that's what we're trying to do here. We want to elevate these young talents. They all have big dreams. They all have hopes and aspirations. Let's elevate. Get these people to the UFC. Get these fighters a chance to shine. Put them out on television. Put them out on Clear Life Media. And if you actually want to book Clear Life Media, if you want to bring us in for your event, info@clearlifemedia.com. Let us know. We'd love to come in and help you out, just like tonight for Elevate FC. It's been a lot of fun. Chris Lopez gave us the opportunity to come and shine, show these present these fighters in a different light, and we'd love to do it for you guys too. Let us know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, be a great moment for a quick commercial break as we await the upcoming 5 fights. When they move along this quick, they take some informal intermissions. Take a quick shout out to our sponsors, Mainland City Center, United Way, Galveston County, Mainland. Check them out at uwgcm.org. And Texas Pit Stop Barbecue here in Texas City. We still have yet to hear from Zero Fight Gear and who they are going to award. They want to be fair though, but they got the next 5 fights have their work cut out for them for Fight of the Night, Clay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an action-packed card. If you like submissions, if you like ground game, if you like knockouts, if you like the stand-up, if you like long fights that go to a decision, what do you pick, Todd? Everything has been exciting tonight in some form or fashion. I've been thoroughly impressed with all these fighters.
We've had 3 fights go the decision here tonight that top candidates for Fight of the Night. Had Chris San Nichols taking on Daniel Cabos. We kick things off with Michael Nguyen and Brian Gregario in a very technical matchup. And then Milbourne, the Muay Thai specialist, a classic striker versus grappler matchup that went the distance. That's hard for me to choose on that one. If I had to choose, I'd probably go for the Milbourne-Richard Guerra fight.
Yeah, because for me, that was very much an upset. We were talking about it all night, talking about the Muay Thai specialist. But again, that was mixed martial arts at its finest. Grappling, neutralizing the striking to set up more striking down the road. I love it. I'm such a fan of that kind of style, the flow, if you will, of mixed martial arts.
Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Book your next special event or wedding at the Marquee at the Mainland, located inside of Mainland City Center. Texas City's premier event venue with iconic architecture, beautiful chandeliers, fine cuisine, and more. Learn more at marqueeatthemainland.com. Marquee at the Mainland. Events made easy. Over the Top Waffle Shop is now open in Mainland City Center. Fresh waffles, delicious flavors, and all the toppings. Come try it today. Over the Top Waffle Shop. Texas Entertainment Experience is the ultimate family destination. Indoor go-karts, a skating rink, and a ropes course, video games, prizes, and much more. There's something for everyone. Tex, the ultimate family destination. Riondo's is located in the heart of historic downtown Galveston, offering fresh, authentic Italian food with recipes that have been passed down from generation to generation. Locally sourced ingredients and a friendly atmosphere turn visitors into regulars and regulars into family. Visit and learn more about Riondo's at riondos.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching live on PureLifeMedia.com. Elevate Fighting Championship here in Texas City. We're in the World Gym Arena, Booker T's World Gym Arena. We've just gone through 7 awesome mixed martial arts fights here. We await 5 more. As we have our main event, Michael the Gangster Capone taking on Tabari Grubbs. They call him the Chocolate Cowboy. How do you like that nickname, Clay?
Man, we mentioned it earlier. I think you got to have some swagger to call yourself a chocolate cowboy. And just to call yourself a cowboy in general, I think has a certain connotation. But a chocolate cowboy, that's a different kind of breed, different kind of flavor, if you will.
Yeah, well said. The Chocolate Cowboy representing Ambush Muay Thai and Brazilian Fight Factory. He'll be probably the first fighter I've seen from Ambush Muay Thai, so I have some high expectations and curiosity on my mind to see how he does here tonight. He takes on the gangster, Michael Capone. Michael Capone taking on Main Street Boxing, representing Main Street Boxing. We've seen many of fighters represent that gym, go on to have a lot of success. In our co-main event, we have John Kensky as he takes on Thomas Hollywood Laredo. John Kensky going into that fight at 1-0, taking on the debuting fighter from Elite MMA and Thomas Laredo. That should be an exciting one, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Actually, interesting. Both men predicted the finish on the ground, so expect to see in our co-main a little bit of scrambling, a little bit of sprawling, a little bit of grappling. Should be an exciting one.
Yeah, John Kensky staying very active. Last fight was in September, was just last month. Rear naked choke victory over Jackson Huber. He represents War Training Center and Texas Striking Center. We also have the youngest fighter on the card at 19 years of age. That's Teddy Garcia. He'll be making his mixed martial arts debut as he takes on Caden Slim Björk.
And I'll tell you what, Björk has been training for 12 years, with her trainer for 12 years. That's wild. Man, I'll tell you what, I can't imagine being with one person and developing for 12 years. That is commitment. There's going to be a synergy there in that corner that I don't think we're going to have probably anywhere else. That's very interesting.
They are still working some last-minute touches on the cage. It'd be a great opportunity for us to take a quick commercial break here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. As our next fight of the evening, I forgot to mention KT Thomas. He takes on Terry Floyd Jr. Looking forward to that matchup.
Yeah, I tell you, I've got a special interest in Kenneth Thomas, former Alabama football player, Roll Tide Roll. Very curious to see what he can do here in his MMA.
All officials, please report cage side. All officials, please report cage side.
I as well, Clay, as Kenneth Thomas. He actually got his mixed martial arts start with me, training over at Team Took, and so proud to see how he has succeeded in his career. He's got a tough matchup with Terry Floyd. As we have ring announcer Colin Cantrell. Let's hand it over to him.
Please help me welcome to the cage representing Bogota MMA, Victor Herrera.
What an entrance theme for Victor Herrera 5'11", 29 years of age, has been training for the last 6 years, representing Volatile MMA, making his mixed martial arts debut here tonight, Clay.
Yeah, he calls himself the Volatile One. Victor Herrera, 6 years of training, but there's nothing quite like getting in a cage and fighting. This will be more experience than 6 years combined here tonight. Interesting to see what he does.
He has one canceled Muay Thai bout that was scheduled for August. So the preparation that he did for that fight definitely helped him prepare for this one. As you see him with the final touches, as he enters the cage, Victor Herrera, he is ready for action.
Mean mugging and circling. This man is ready for a fight.
And now his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing the Texas Muay Thai Boxing Academy, Yosef Morales.
And here we have ice cold Yosef Morales. 6 foot tall, 20 years of age, representing Texas Muay Thai. Has been training the last 2 years. And Clay, despite being one of the youngest fighters on the card here tonight, comes in with a lot of experience, 4 fights underneath his belt.
Yeah, I tell you what, experience is king, especially in the fight game. You never know what scenario you wind up in. The more fights you have, the more experienced you are. That's just common sense. But I tell you what I really like about Yosef Morales. We asked him, how do you win this fight? What do you do? He got real specific. He said, 3rd round, KO, left hook. Call your shot, young man.
Morales looking to bounce back from a loss to a fighter we'll see later on in the card tonight, KT Thomas. That was back in August of this year, so he's been staying very active. This will be his 3rd fight of 2022, so he's going into this fight in great condition. There you see him with a double bicep pose. Yosef Ice Cold Morales, he is ready for action.
Sounds like we're going to have a fun one. Our 8th fight of the night is being brought to us by Valerie Delgado Properties and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each in the Elevate FC lightweight division. Introducing first on the fighting out of the Train to Win blue corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. His record, a debut fighter. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of Valerie Delgado in shirts, red corner. He stands 6 feet tall, a perfect 155 pounds. His record stands 1 win against 3 defeats. Fighting out of Lamar, Texas, by way of Alvin, Texas, Yosef Morales. Referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexwood.
Yosef Ice Cold Morales. The Volatile One, Victor Herrera. This lightweight matchup is officially underway.
It'll be Morales in the black and red, Herrera in the black with the logo on the side. And already we see Morales trying to keep some distance here.
Feeling out process for these 2 fighters, still early in the fight. Both fighters predicting a knockout victory here tonight.
I gotta believe Morales trying to counter on the way in.
Oh, looked like Herrera walked into something, got his attention.
Yeah, anytime you're keeping distance like that, you're trying to frustrate a fighter, make them walk into punches. That probably explains that left hook.
Herrera throwing a nice punch-kick combination, but walks right into a takedown by Morales.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good timing from Morales on that double leg takedown, enjoying top position. in the guard of Herrera.
Yeah, was set up by that distance, a la GSP. You keep your hips back, keep your distance, make the guy walk into your double leg.
This is where you want, if you're in the top ground and pound position, is to back the fighter's head into the cage, land some solid shots.
Yeah, right in front of one of our judges here. Make sure they see exactly how you're controlling this fight.
Herrera now looking to get the space to do a wall walk if he can, but Morales doing a good job in trying to pass the guard.
Morales controlling from the top. Maybe not enough action here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, body then head by Morales.
Yeah, that's textbook ground and pound, Todd. Body, head. Something's going to open up. Let's see if we see more of it here.
Well, Morales is going into this fight, the 4-fight veteran against the debuting Herrera, so he knows a little something about fighting.
Yeah, no doubt. Body again.
As you said, has old school constructions. Body, head. Some Tito Ortiz ground and pound there. Bust up those ribs. The head falls with the body.
Absolutely, something's got to open up.
Just under a minute left in this opening round between these two lightweights.
Yeah, look at the way Herrera, he's left it there, but he was trying to fan the feet out of Morales, try to break down his base, and he's lost that now, and that's when the ground and pound is starting to pick up.
Herrera, the 9-year senior to the 20-year-old Morales. Morales systematically chopping away at that body.
They're using the bone of that forearm to create space to open up the ribs.
Those add up, Clay. Those do not feel well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You've got the gravity, you've got the weight, everything coming down on top of you, and then the punches come down behind it. This is an accumulation of a beatdown right here in this first round.
Yeah, at this point, he's in position where he can't quite get what he needs, but right there, he's creating that space to throw some solid 1-2s from the ground. Just under 10 seconds left. There, I was just about to say, I hope Morales has just used the volume, just try to chop away and just try to soften that body up for the upcoming round, because it didn't look like he was in position to get a stoppage.
Yeah, no doubt. And Herrera's already bouncing around, saying those shots didn't do much to me, but no doubt about it, that was Morales' round.
Shout out to our sponsors, Texas Pit Stop Barbecue from Texas City. Give them a look, guys, at txpitstopbbq.com. There we see the corner of Morales representing Texas Muay Thai out of Alvin, Texas. Conversely, the corner of Victor Herrera, hoping to be successful in his mixed martial arts debut here tonight.
Yeah, Todd, I'll tell you what I'll be curious about coming out in the second. Will Morales keep back again? Will he try to set up that double leg, set up these counter shots the way he was before? And will Herrera bite on it? If you're Herrera, you've got to start using some feints. You've got to start using some jabs to throw off the timing so that you can enter in the first place and get pressure back to the cage.
A lot of questions to be answered in this second round. Can Herrera stop the takedown of Morales? We shall see as round 2 underway.
We saw Morales there already clowning, trying to get in the head, frustrate Herrera so he walks into maybe a shot, walks into a punch or a takedown.
The 20-year-old out of Alvin, Texas, a lot of confidence on his side. Solid leg kick there. That got Herrera's attention.
And you watch the way Morales starts to walk in and then walk right back out. He's trying to create that space so that when Herrera tries to close it, he can shut him down with maybe a punch or another takedown.
Oh,
nice combo there.
It's almost a traditional Muay Thai setup, a round kick to spinning back kick.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Yeah, this is high-level chess right here, folks. The way these
Second solid leg kick landed there by Morales. Those will add up towards the end of this fight if it goes that long, Clay.
Absolutely, especially when these guys are darting in and out. They're moving into range, out of range. Yeah, those kicks are starting to add up.
Woo! Another spin kick attempt by Herrera. Didn't land the mark, but that opened up the opportunity for Morales to score the takedown.
Yeah, Herrera had a good sprawl there, but unfortunately in the cage, that sprawl amounts to nothing when your back hits the wall.
It's a good strategy for a grappler. I always teach my fighters in the mixed martial arts fight, if you plan on to grapple, time the takedown right after they kick. It's like they have to settle their weights, and that's a perfect opportunity just to take your split-second shot, put them on their back.
Absolutely, very tough to move those hips when you've got 1 foot high up in the air.
High risk, high reward. That one did not pay off for Herrera as he went for that spinning wheel kick. But now doing a good job and working his way back up to his feet, Clay.
Yeah, absolutely, Herrera needs to try to get off the wall here. He's having some good success with the leg kicks and the striking.
Over-underhook, classic over-underhook position here, Clay, like Greco-Roman style.
Yeah, this is just fundamental grappling right here. Keep your weight on the man. If you try to close out the round here, you scored the takedown. But as we saw earlier with these judges, maybe these takedowns don't mean as much as we think they do. And Herrera leaning in, just knee shots. And Todd, I've always wondered, how effective are those knee strikes in close range like that? Do they really add up?
If they land in the right spot, they can be annoying. They're just there to try to force the action into something, but haven't seen too many people, you know, it's not adding up to the same way as a leg kick would, to put it that way.
Same. So that was kind of my thought process on it. Just trying to convince someone that you're doing something.
Just under 10 seconds left in this second round.
And I tell you what, if that leg hit had a little more on it, that might have been the fight right there.
Round 2 in the books. A little bit more difficult to score the second round over the first one, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt. Might give it to Morales off the takedown, but again, the striking on the feet, I think, was Herrera. He was landing the leg kick. He had that head kick that almost wrapped around the guard, wrapped around the hand. It's going to be interesting to see how the judges score that.
It's going to be a question of who landed the most damage. What did Morales do with that takedown? Was he able to threaten Herrera with that? Herrera did a good job in working his way back up to the feet. So we shall see how that second round was scored. Third and final round coming up. Either way, you have to be telling your fighter at either corner, don't let this go to the decision, because you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Never leave it in the hands of the judges. Finish it with your own hands. That's what I say. And let's be clear, Todd. This is the round Josef Morales said. Third round, KO left hook. It might have been just talk, but we'll see if he tries to live up to it here. Let's watch for the left hook here.
Josef Morales, Victor Herrera, third and final round in this lightweight matchup.
Yeah, and Herrera's trying to time that head kick as Morales moves in.
Both fighters have opened up each round, very technical, looking for their openings.
Absolutely. This is high-level MMA. This is a lot of feints, a lot of trying to set things up. There we see a body shot attempt. And Herrera is really loading up on a lot of these kicks as he almost landed that spin kick there. But again, that created the opening. And Morales with the takedown, the double leg, dragging the fight back to the ground where he can score more points.
Morales needs to make something happen with this, just like he did in the first round. A lot of heavy ground and pound, scored him some good damage points in the eyes of the judges. But right now he's got his head wrapped up and needs to get that out first.
Well, you got to be careful. We've already seen a guillotine tonight based on just trying to fight for the there we go. Got to control that arm. Look at the wrist control there.
And that was a good job by Herrera. He's still holding on to it. He used that to help him escape. He wasn't in position to finish it, but Herrera did a good job in using that guillotine attempt to force Morales to address it and work his way back up to his feet.
Yeah, absolutely. Head control will move the body, and that's what we saw right there. Again, that head kick is there, that lead leg head kick.
I think Morales now is going to try to chop down the legs of Herrera. Has landed like 3 leg kicks in a row now.
Yeah, and we can see, Todd, that lead leg is starting to turn beet red.
Oh, it looked like a low teep to the groin, but they're going to let the action continue.
Yeah, if you don't sell it, it didn't happen.
Good job by Herrera and just answering back. If you're getting leg kick and you're not liking it, get the fighter off you by answering back. But Morales having none of it, once again landing another leg kick.
Yeah, Herrera trying to use his jab to create that space to set up these spins.
Ooh.
He's got to be careful with those. Those have both led to takedowns so far.
It's the most spin kicks I've seen in an amateur fight in a long time, Clay, probably ever.
Yeah, maybe so. It just takes one, though. Again, that leg kick Leg kick from Morales. Those will add up.
Good thing Herrera's wearing long shorts. I'd love to see if there's a, actually we can see it from
there's
here.
a bruise developing. I don't know if you can quite see that. I don't know if it's a bruise or a birthmark, but his leg is red, folks.
So note to fighters at home, if you're taking on a active striker with leg kicks, maybe put on some long shorts so that they can't quite see the damage done.
You saw the way his legs almost seized up there.
Just under 10 seconds left here in this fight.
Gotta believe we'll see a spin here to close the round. Oh!
These fighters are swinging away here at Elevate Fighting Championship. And Josep Morales and Victor Herrera fight to a decision. Great fight, Clay.
Yeah, very technical fight. Both men not wanting to overcommit, waiting for openings when they can take them. Very technical fight. Very curious to see how these judges score that.
I would probably give a slight edge to Josep Morales in that last round. And I'd probably give him 2 rounds to 1 for this fight, Clay.
Yeah, most likely so. The takedowns, the ground and pound in the first definitely won him that round. Second round was very close, but I think he probably walked away. I could easily see at least 2 of the 3 judges giving him 2 rounds.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are loosely scoring as we are calling this matchup. We got judges Michelle Morales, Patrick Patlon, and Chance Williams scoring the fights here tonight. Chance Williams, I know, has been a long-time judge, close to a decade of experience. Patrick Patlon, a lot of Muay Thai experience under his belts. And Miss Michelle Morales is probably the first time I'm seeing her judge, but not to say that she doesn't have more experience than I'm aware of. We shall see their official decision here shortly.
Yeah, getting this crowd hyped up here after the fight is Victor Herrera.
Thank you that are watching at home from clearlifemedia.com. I am Todd Moore calling the action here with Clay Roberts. You're watching Elevate Fighting Championship, our second show from promoter Chris Lopez here in Texas City. Let's hand it over to our ring announcer, Colin Cantrell.
Let's give a round of applause, show our appreciation. We go to the judges' scorecards, where the judges score the fight 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, Josep.
And Josep Morales improves to 2 victories in his mixed martial arts career. The 20-year-old out of Alvin, Texas, enjoying the victory here tonight with his team, Texas Muay Thai.
Yeah, ice cold in the face of adversity, ducking those spin kicks, ducking under shots, staying in the fight and getting those takedowns, securing a decision victory here over Victor Herrera, who unfortunately in his debut falls to 0-1.
Congratulations to Morales, and great showing by Victor Herrera in his mixed martial arts debut. Sure, we'll be seeing both of these gentlemen in future Elevate Fighting Championship cards. There you see him. And that leads us to our next fight of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We'll go to a quick commercial break.
Bruchachos in Texas City at Mainland City Center has the best tacos in the area. From Pork Verde tacos, Baja fish, elote street corn, and more. Order from the taco stand or inside Stuck Garden. Bruchachos, tacos, queso, and more.
I'm Corey Moss. I'm the Vice President and General Manager of the Valero Texas City Refinery. It's great to have some time to talk a little bit about Valero and the United Way. You know, we have 6 key values in Valero, one of those being caring. And it's not just caring within the team members of the Valero site and the company, but more importantly, it's about caring in the community. Valero believes in giving back to the community, and it's through the funds and the pledges of our employees and the matching gifts that our company does, we're able to support the agencies of the United Way.
Learn more ways to donate to the United Way Galveston County Mainland and your impact on the community by visiting uwgcm.com.
The Peking Duck is now open at Mainland City Center. Asian fusion, duck egg rolls, ramen, and more. Learn more at peaksatducks.com. Peking Duck, Texas City.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You saw some of our sponsors, specifically United Way Galveston County Mainland. United We Will. The United Way Galveston County Mainland is tackling the tough problems in our community, from preschoolers that don't have books to helping with meals for families. Learn more ways United Way helps by visiting uwgcm.org.
And I tell you what, United Way doing great work down there in the Galveston County community. Fantastic stuff. Appreciate you guys, not just for sponsoring us, but for doing all the hard work you do.
All right, Clay, 8 fights down, 4 to go.
It's flying by. It's flying by, Todd.
It is flying by, amigo.
My goodness.
So we got some high-pace, high-flying matchups coming your way here at Elevate Fighting Championships as we await the welterweight showdown between KT Thomas and Terry Floyd Jr., what should be a barn burner, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm excited for this one. Got some notes. We'll wait till the fighters come out, kind of give you the tidbits. But right now, I think we might be taking another brief, unplanned intermission. Some of these fights are going a little quicker, some are going a little slower. It's kind of the nature of the fight game, folks. But right now, we're just taking a quick break.
2/3 down, 1/3 to go. Very curious who Zero Fight Gear is going to choose as their fighter of the night and fight of the night. They got quite the selection for themselves, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I have no idea how you choose. How do you decide what was a bigger knockout? How do you decide what was a bigger submission? How do you decide what barn burner burned the barn more? How do you decide, man? It's insane. It's just been a great night of fights all around, and I do not pity their decision to have to pick just one fighter.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about quality entertainment, Clay. We're talking about Mainland City Center, a family entertainment and lifestyle center in Galveston County. Our mission is to provide an abundance of opportunity and excitement for everyone. Check them out, guys. Mainland City Center. There you hear our DJ. The noise here, Clay, is deafening.
Yeah, and it's not just noise, it is energy, Todd. It has been high energy all night long. This crowd, I'm looking behind me right now, they haven't really dwindled. They haven't gone down. They're still here as we see some of the Elevate FC ring girls throwing out shirts to this crowd, keeping that energy up. It's just been a fun night all around. If you can make it down to an Elevate FC show, please do. I promise you'll have a great time.
No doubt about it, Clay. We got promoter Chris Lopez putting on a great show here tonight in Texas City. So we see our announcer, Colin Cantrell, remaking his way in the cage to help execute the last third of the show.
Y'all ready for the next fight? All right, let's go. Please help me welcome to the cage, representing Shoebox Team Sideboard, Terry Floyd.
There you see him, Terry Free Floyd Jr., 6'2", 28 years of age, has been training for the last 2.5 years, making his mixed martial arts debut here tonight from New Orleans, Louisiana, Clay.
Yeah, and Terry Free Floyd Jr. claims to be a capoeira fighter. That's going to be something interesting to see. That's in the notes here. We'll see if it comes out that dancing art form style, a la the Pettis twins, the Pettis brothers. And it's just going to be something to see. If that's the case, man, hold up. Don't go for drinks. Don't go for a snack, folks. You're not going to want to miss what this young man is going to do.
Yeah, you're in store for an exciting fight here tonight. You got the capoeira fighter and Terry Floyd taking on the extremely athletic KT Thomas in a welterweight showdown. There you see the final touches for Terry Free Floyd Jr., and he is ready for action.
Yeah, and anybody that'll come out to some Fleetwood Mac, consider me a fan of.
Terry Floyd.
gentlemen, just so you know, Terry did pick this song. He told me himself. It wasn't a mistake.
Oh.
Now, let me welcome
Colin Cantrell's got some jokes.
representing Metro Fight Club, Kenneth Thomas Jr.
And here we have Kenneth Thomas. I know him as KT Clay. He is making his way to the cage. Final preparations for the 6'1", 23-year-old out of Metro Fight Club, standing at 1-0. His last appearance was in August at the Elevate FC inaugural show, as he had a solid first-round knockout over Joseph Morales, who we saw earlier tonight. And Clay, I know you've been looking forward to seeing this young man fight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. See, he's got a special place in my heart. I'm a big Alabama football fan, and KT is a former Alabama football player. So roll Tide. Let's see exactly what he can do. You say he's athletic. I believe it. To play at the University of Alabama, athleticism, it goes without saying, to be honest with you.
I had the pleasure of working with this young man in his break into mixed martial arts over at Team Took. And excited to see him here tonight. There you see him, KT Thomas, ready for action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our ninth fight of the evening is being brought to us by Train to Win. It's scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each in the Elevate FC welterweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the Zero Fight Gear blue corner. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing at 170 pounds. This Muay Thai fighter is making his debut this evening, fighting out of New Orleans, Louisiana, Terry Hall. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the Valerie Delgado Insurance red corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, also weighed in 170 pounds. Undefeated so far with 1 win, no defeats. Fighting out of Roy Bennett, Alabama, by way of Houston, Texas, Kenneth Thomas Jr. Referee in charge of the action, J.J. Ferraro.
KT Thomas, Terry Floyd Jr., and this welterweight matchup is officially underway. 2 lanky, long, tall fighters, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt. KT in the yellow, kind of polka dotted looking trunks.
The yellow and black for KT.
Yeah, Terry Floyd in the solid black.
Floyd opened up with that teep, which got Thomas's attention.
Yeah, we're already seeing a quick kind of open palm. Ooh, almost a Superman punch there.
Oh, KT answers back with a push kick of his own.
Yeah, this is a very Muay Thai style fight early.
Exchanging kicks. Over underhook clinch now for these 2 fighters. Physically a very even matchup. Both of them stand 6'1", 6'2", in their mid to late 20s. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I vote for a very exciting matchup, possibly fight of the night, to see how this unfolds, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're already seeing that physical matchup as they rotate back and forth. Oh, what was this?
Kind of a low blow. Quick warning by J.J. Ferrara.
Go right back to the clinch. And it kind of calmed him down a little bit, it looked like. Look at the way Floyd is kind of using his head there. Floyd Jr. using his head, kind of create space to move in this clinch. And that was all KT needed to move back around and get underneath.
KT now bringing in, oh, good ankle pick there.
Yeah, the low ankle pick there.
Going into this fight, coming off of his first ever victory, got the taste of that knockout victory. Looking to keep the momentum going here tonight.
Here we see Thomas trying to stack up in that guard. Trying to stack up, create space like we saw earlier.
There it is.
Look at this, running into the ground and pound.
Actively working the punches, seeing if he can pass a guard, but opting to stand up to see if he gives him some room to get back to the feet, or he's going to continue working on him from here.
Yeah, and Floyd had his feet cocked and loaded, ready to kick those knees in. Trying to keep space.
KT opts to try to hustle his way to a side control, but ends up right back into the close guard of Terry Floyd. KT now representing Metro Fight Club. Has a lot of great training partners and great fighters at that gym. Seen them go on to have a lot of success in the mixed martial arts world.
Look at this.
Now, KT's got to be in trouble as a triangle attempt by Floyd Jr. And KT immediately addresses it, gets himself out of trouble, and right back on top.
Yeah, those wild ground and pound strikes sometimes leave you open to those triangles. When you're swinging wide, it's easy to catch a wrist, easy to catch a hand and push it out and set that triangle up. Thomas needs to be real careful here.
Yeah, just under 10 seconds left in this welterweight, in the opening round of this welterweight matchup. Oh, good. Oh,
well, that was
gotta be
almost in the
careful. No reinforced knees, but if you do land a knee, they will allow that in mixed martial arts, amateur mixed martial arts here in Texas. As we wrap up the first round, you have a slight edge to KT. How about you, Clay?
Yeah, absolutely. He was on top. He had more control. He might have been in the guard, and there was almost a triangle attempt, but the ground and pound, I think, more than tips the scales in his favor. That's an easy round there for Kenneth Thomas, who is, by the way, not electing to sit down between rounds. I actually don't think he's sweating if you look over at him. Compare
we see a shot of KT, as you're saying.
Yeah, compare the way Kenneth Thomas kind of looks right now to Terry Floyd Jr.
Some fighters opt to do that to play the mental game, and also some of them feel like maybe their legs will stiffen up in between rounds. I've seen guys do that frequently to try to do like a psychological edge over their opponents. I was never one of those fighters. I was like, try to take as much rest as I could in between rounds, and so credit to KT for showing his conditioning in between rounds there.
Yeah, Todd, I was never a fighter, but I'll take all the rest I can get.
Yeah, trust me. You can use all the psychological games you want. I'm going to catch my breath, brother. Round 2 underway. Welterweight matchup between KT Thomas and Terry Floyd Jr.
You see the way KT kind of stretched his hand out there? I don't think that was a handshake. I think that was a rangefinder. He wants to know exactly how close he can be without getting tapped.
Excited to see some capoeira moves from Floyd Jr.
Yeah,
see if he can pull him out
It
of
was
the
in
bag.
the notes. It was in the notes. Let's see. Oh, good body kick there, sneaking under that elbow. I tell you, Kenneth Thomas, those kicks are coming hard, man. They're not super fast, but they're coming with a lot of force behind them.
A lot of feints from Floyd Jr. He landed a solid body kick himself. These two are exchanging kicks here.
Yeah, and you can see it. Absolutely, you can even see it on the camera. Look at the sweat difference in the two men.
Wow. KT needs to be careful. Caught that kick into a trip. Almost fell into a triangle, but now enjoys top position as he's in a half butterfly hook and half guard position by Terry Floyd.
Yeah, absolutely. And Floyd is just trying to lock down body parts. He does not want to eat more ground and pound and lose this round. With only 3-minute rounds, you've got to think you've got to maybe scramble to get up, because it's going to be real easy to lose a round, Todd, if you're just stuck on bottom for 3 minutes.
These three-minute rounds, guys, a takedown can be critical in just, it eats up so much time. You don't have much time to gain back after a takedown is scored. So all it takes is one takedown. You can eat up so much of the round, you basically steal the round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, KT Thomas enjoying top position. Does Floyd have the answer from his back?
Yeah, I think Floyd is just wanting to stall out here. We saw him try to bring his legs up to prevent the posture, and then he went to a body lock, just trying to do anything to stall this ground and pound out and get the stand up.
KT now looking for some space, possibly land some solid strikes here. He's doing a lot of that muscling of that form across the throat, Clay.
And look, I'll tell you what, Todd, the long hair of KT Floyd actually working against him there, because there's a lot of times where Floyd doesn't have the head, but he still has that hair, and it's creating that friction, making it harder for him to pop his head out and throw these strikes.
If I was Terry Floyd's coach, I'd love to refer him to watch some of
Look at this, look at this. He was actually attempting, I cannot recall what it's called, but it is almost a rib crusher there. Oh,
that's what they
big
was
right
attempting.
hand.
Right now, KT opening up. That opened up the opportunity for Floyd to get the reversal on him.
Yeah, that was an interesting attempted submission there, where you kind of lock the arms and the legs down around the ribs at the same time.
Yeah, Yeah, that can crush your ribs. That's a awkward submission meant for a longer fighter, but sometimes that can leave a lot of space. Oh my goodness, head kick by KT. That got Floyd's attention. Wow. Thomas finishing the round strong, leaving Floyd on wobbly legs to end round 2.
Yeah, no doubt. And Todd, we're wearing soundproof headphones. I could hear that crack through them anyway. My goodness.
If we could get a shot of KT Thomas, I mean, as you were saying earlier, he's not even breathing hard in his corner.
Absolutely. And that's
conversely, you look at Floyd, there see KT relaxed and composed, but Floyd Jr., if you take a look, he's kind of have to get his composure back, leaning up on his coaches, having to have resting arms on the shoulders of his coach, trying to get his composure. He took a solid kick to the face there, Clay.
Yeah, absolutely, and I know I'm harping on it a good bit, but when you come from a college like the University of Alabama, that football program, that is not just any football program. That is a world-class facility, world-class athletics. And that's what KT Thomas is coming from here. That's what Kenneth Thomas Jr. is coming from here. And so it's competing with world-class athlete here at an amateur level.
Third and final round in this welterweight matchup between Kenneth Thomas, KT, taking on Terry Floyd Jr. Floyd cannot get taken down in this round. Needs to pull out something big in his bag of tricks.
I tell you what, it looks like Thomas is just now starting to sweat a little bit. And Thomas is playing the range game here, as Floyd has actually gone to a southpaw stance, maybe trying to set up something. Or maybe even just, oh, there was the head kick. He's trying to set these kicks up.
And transitions back to conventional stance.
I tell you, I don't think it's translating as well on the television, but here live we can see Floyd he's still wobbly. He's kind of moving around a bit. He's moving his head well, but his legs still don't quite look under him.
Got to be careful there. For a moment there, he had his mouthpiece kind of hanging out his mouth.
Yeah, I don't know if he's all, maybe that's just the way he fights, but I think Thomas should probably look for an overhand here. He set up those single legs. We saw it earlier. Maybe shoot low and bring that hand high.
Ambidextrous fighter and Terry Floyd Jr., the 28-year-old out of New Orleans, Louisiana, looking for something big against the double tough KT Thomas.
Yeah, there KT actually, look at that.
Side kick from KT.
He threw a front kick and used the foot position to switch his stance so that he could throw that side kick. Kenneth Thomas, good move there to step forward. Oh, grazed the eye.
KT, the 23-year-old out of Alabama, making his second appearance here at Elevate Fighting Championship. And yeah, that does not surprise me. If you watch back, Terry Floyd having the open hand, he was kind of reaching out there, pawing out at KT earlier in the round. Just a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been fighting with the open hands all night. It's kind of that Muay Thai style. You're looking to catch kicks, catch elbows, everything. But folks, even if it didn't look like anything, if a fingernail grazes your eye, just imagine that for a second. And now imagine going into a fight with your eye grazed from a fingernail. Like that's, I wouldn't want to do that.
Bringing the doctor in just as a precaution, but thinking that they are likely going to let this matchup continue.
Yeah, I believe I saw Kenneth Thomas already shake his head and say, yeah, I'm good to go.
Just a minute 23 left in this welterweight matchup to see if they finish strong with something big here after that little break.
Yeah, again, if I'm Thomas's corner, I might be calling for maybe a fake the blast double, shoot the overhand, because he set up the takedowns already.
Floyd now swinging away, driving KT against the cage, getting very aggressive now with that body lock.
Yeah, I think he knows he's down 2 rounds. They're trying real hard to get in this scramble.
And KT answers back himself with a body lock takedown.
Too strong.
Floyd now trying to work his way. He's got KT's head in a guillotine choke. KT needs to be careful there.
Yeah, I don't think he has the leg position, though. He's still in that half guard. It's going to be tough to get it with the head on that head and body on the same side.
Floyd Jr. now holding on. Needs to try to transition those hips to recover close guard.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at the guard of Floyd Jr. His legs are open. This is an open half guard. There's nothing really stopping Kenneth Thomas from just passing through if he wants. There it is.
He called it, Clay, right there. KT Thomas enjoying top position. mount position. Expect to see some punches raining down in these closing 20 seconds.
Yeah, if he hears that ticker, he's going to posture up and explode.
He's working for it, trying to get his head out, make the space, and there you have it.
They're trying to flatten out Floyd Jr. Really do some damage here to close it out.
KT now finishing strong, raining down punches.
Oh! That is hard, ground and pound.
And KT Thomas and Terry Floyd Jr. go the distance in this welterweight matchup. Clay, pretty easy round and fight to score. How do you got it?
No doubt about it. Kenneth Thomas with the takedowns. Kenneth Thomas with the control on the ground. Kenneth Thomas with the ground and pound. Roll Tide roll, no doubt about that. And he's actually still checking his eyes. That's a tough young man. His eyes are still bugging him, but he came out, landed a takedown anyway, and just hounded out the decision the only way he could. Fantastic fight there for Kenneth Thomas.
Nine fights in the books, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 3 more, our co-main and main event yet to come up as we await the decision for Kenneth Thomas and Terry Floyd Jr. Curious to see the official scores, Clay. Pretty sure it should be a shutout, 30-27. But curious if the judges agree. We've seen some crazier scores here tonight.
Yeah, some of these scores tonight have been a little bit interesting. You're going to hear right now what Colin Cantrell has to say.
Let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, another action-packed 3 rounds. Give a round of applause. We got the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges score the fight the same, 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Kenneth Thomas.
KT Kenneth Thomas improves to 2-0 in his young career. We expect to see the 23-year-old in many more future Elevate Fighting Championships as we see his career take off. And great job to Terry Floyd Jr. Love to catch some of his action, especially some capoeira in his next fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see more of both these young men, I got to tell you. It was a good fight, good hard fight. It's been the trend of the night.
Metro Fight Club, one of the best fight teams in Houston. There's a lot of them. There's quite a few good teams here in Houston, Clay. I'll tell you that much.
Man,
some stiff competition. We produce the best mixed martial arts talent in the nation.
Yeah, wellspring of knowledge here, no doubt about it.
I've said for many years that Texas produces the best athletes, Clay. That's why you see so many NFL players transition from Texas into the pros. And mixed martial arts is following suit, producing a lot of high-quality fighters. Been doing it for the last 10 years now, so.
Absolutely, Texas is where it's at. Not just.
And making their way to the cage, here we have our next fight of the evening as we have Tede Garcia, Caden Bjork. We'll be taking each other on here in our next match of the evening.
And I apologize, could not finish my thought a minute ago. Kenneth Thomas came over and gave you a big hug.
A big wet one, my man.
My goodness.
That kind of threw me off for a second there, but congratulations to KT. I love it.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited to see these women's fights. Women can scrap, man, no doubt about it.
And she is ready for action.
And now her opponent makes her way to the cage, representing Guinness House of Warriors, Tide Garcia.
There you see her, Tide Garcia. 5'5", 19 years of age, the youngest fighter on the the card here tonight, Clay.
I tell you, youngest fighter on the card, but with more fanfare than anyone. Coming out in the boxing robe, coming out to the music, coming out to an ovation. I tell you what, we asked for a fun fact from Tede Garcia. He actually said, I ate octopus and graduated high school. I don't know if those two things are correlated, but good for her.
From Alvin, Texas, making her mixed martial arts debut here tonight. Has a lot of Mexican pride on her side. As you see the finishing touches there for Tede Garcia.
And Todd, I gotta tell you, Kaden Bjork right here in our face, looking mean, looking ready to go. We didn't mention it earlier. She's been with her trainer for 12 years. This is gonna be a great fight.
Kaden Slim Bjork, the 21-year-olds representing Texas Striking Center and War Training Center. She's looking to go to war with Tede Garcia. It's gonna be an awesome matchup between these two ladies. Yeah, I saw a lot of intensity in the eyes of Bjork as she was looking at us just now.
Yeah, she leaned down, she got a good look at our booth.
Here you see Tede Garcia.
Folks, anytime the women fight, it's going to be exciting. Let's hear the official call here.
The match being brought to us by Zero Fight Gear. The schedule for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each in the women's flyweight division. Introducing first, on my left, fighting out in the blue corner. She sits 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. She's making her debut this evening and fighting out of Texas City, Texas, Kaden Bjork. Across the cage on the right, fighting out of the red corner. She sits 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Also making her debut this evening, fighting out of Alvin, Texas, Tede Garcia. Referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
There you see her, Tede Garcia and Kaden Bjork.
I tell you what, these women look ready to fight.
And this fight is officially underway. And they are coming out strong, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt. Bjork already looking to land body kicks early.
Man, this place was so crazy loud when Tede Garcia was talking. Promoter Chris Lopez was trying to give me some quick facts on Tede Garcia, saying that she's a highly decorated, accomplished grappler. If I stand corrected, he also promotes her, so this is going to be one heck of a matchup. Maybe see a quick display of some grappling skills.
And Bjork already looking to move. My goodness!
What a lift for Kaden, but Tede stays on the mark. Transitions to guillotine choke. Can she finish this?
Tap, that's it, that's it!
Tede Garcia wins her mixed martial arts debut. Wow!
Excellent, excellent job. Oh, wait a minute.
Yep. What a way to finish that, Clay. I mean, she stuck with it.
I actually don't think the submission was there. I think she's dislocated her shoulder. Kaden Bjork has dislocated her shoulder.
Take a shot of that. Possibly during that slam, she might have injured herself. But
that's the issue we have.
But a lot of credit to Garcia for staying composed during that slam. She still took the blunt of that slam and transitioned into kept the guillotine choke. I'm tripping over my words there, sorry.
Absolutely.
But nonetheless, Tede Garcia with a submission victory. And they are trying to pop the shoulder in of Kaden Bjork.
Yeah, I tell you, Todd, I have famously bad shoulders in the wrestling business. And I tell you, once it goes out, you are nullified, neutralized. There's not much you can do. But shout out to Tede Garcia, maintaining control, looking like she was on top the entire time. And you know, you keep control of the head, you move around as best you can. It was a big slam that probably knocked it out, but at the same time, we got to walk her out of the cage. It is unfortunate.
Here's they're able to pull that shoulder back into place. There you see here. We wish Kaden the best in recovery with that, and hope that she's going to be okay. But right now, we're about to get the official decision by Colin Cantrell.
Let's all wish Kaden Bjork.
Yeah, it is the fight game. You always hate to see injuries, but it does happen in the fight game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's close this one out. 39 seconds in round number 1.
And young Tede Garcia wins her mixed martial arts debut, kicks things off for her young career at 1-0. And I'm confident we're going to see a lot more of this young lady in future Elevate Fighting Championships. Promoter Chris Lopez had a lot of great things to say about this young lady. And victorious here tonight. And Clay, every time I see a dislocated shoulder, I always think back to the martial arts movie Best of the Best with Eric Roberts from the 80s. Have you seen that film?
I actually have not. Please, go off. Tell me about it.
There's a scene where Eric Roberts' shoulder dislocates mid-fight. His partner snaps it back into place, and he finishes and wins the fight. And so, but there's a big difference between movies and real life. A dislocated shoulder is going to mess you up.
I tell you what, and I do wonder if it was dislocated or if it popped into the joint based on the way they were trying to move it. And I hate to linger on an injury like that, but the way they were trying to pull on it, that was something different. That was something different than maybe a dislocated shoulder, because it looked like they were trying to maybe pull it out of the socket. I wonder if maybe when she popped up and slammed down, it actually pushed that socket joint in, or that ball into the socket joint, if you will.
Sure, all of my mixed martial arts fans at home probably popping at home for the Best of the Best shout out. Clay, your homework assignment is to watch Best of the Best immediately.
I'll do it, but you guys got to bring me back so I can report on it.
We'll see. We shall see, amigo. And Clay, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Stay with us. We got co-main and main event coming up.
World Gym in Texas City is your new gym. Group classes, personal training, an indoor basketball court, outdoor workout area, and so much more.
Something for everybody to do. You can do it all right here at Texas City.
World Gym.
At 100,000 square feet, there is nothing quite like the largest World Gym on the planet. World Gym, Texas City.
Stuck Garden in Texas City serves hearty Bavarian fare, draft beers, and cocktails known for its wide range of custom brats. You won't leave hungry. Grab a drink and play a game of cornhole in the roomy, upbeat beer garden. Stuck Garden, Texas City.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you something, Clay. TexasPitStopBarbecue.com. Texas Pit Stop Barbecue. We are your one stop for competition-style barbecue, serving lunch, happy hour, and dinner, located at Mainland City Center. Check them out.
I tell you what, if they're still open when this is over, let's go get some Texas Pit Stop Barbecue.
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. 2 fights left, Clay. Co-main and main coming up.
And we got 2 more fist fights to go. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the cage, representing Elite MMA, Thomas Laredo.
Coming out to the cheers of the crowd, Hollywood Thomas Laredo, 5'6", 24 years of age. Been training for the last 2 years, representing Elite MMA, making his mixed martial arts debut, Clay.
Absolutely, Thomas Laredo predicts a submission. Gonna make his debut tonight. Gonna be interesting to see what he does. It's always fun to see the debut fighters hungry, ready to get their career on the fast track.
From Cuba, let's see what he has to offer here tonight. Comes from a great gym in Elite MMA. Has his work cut out for him against the 1-0 John Kensky.
I tell you what, this whole card has had that Latin flair, Todd. I appreciate, I respect it.
Hey, brother, you are here in the heart of Texas City, just outside of Houston. You're going to see a lot of Latin representation here.
Absolutely, I know it. Texas City is my stomping grounds. I'm not from here, but I pretty much live here. So
That's right, I forgot. You told me before, you're from Alabama, right?
Yeah, Alabama originally. I'll say it all night.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, there's nothing really quite like that South American fighting spirit, and that's what we're seeing a lot of here. And I expect to see some of that here from Hollywood Laredo tonight.
Brother, that is what we've grown up with here in Houston. Just so much Hispanic influence in the fight game. There we see Hollywood Thomas Laredo representing Cuba as he looks for a successful mixed martial arts debut here tonight.
Representing the War Training Center and Texas Striking Academy, Jonathan Kinski.
Here we have, making his way to the cage, John Kinski, 5'9", 23 years of age, going into this fight at 1-0. His last fight was a second-round rear naked choke against Jackson Huber last month from League City. Been training for the last 2 years, Clay.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's listed in the notes that he likes boxing, but he's got a submission victory on his record. And I tell you one thing, I don't know the guy, but I do know one thing. He got onto you, said, you didn't say my name right. It's Kinski. It's Kinski. So tonight, we're going to get it right.
Yeah, not concerned which one. If he fought last month, I didn't call that match. And so, nonetheless, somebody called his name wrong. So, nonetheless, John Kinski, we got you, my man. He is ready for action.
His record undefeated, 1 win, no losses. Fighting out of League City, Texas, Jonathan Kinski.
You heard it there. They said League City, and this place erupted. No doubt, home crowd favorite, John Kinski.
Thomas Laredo, John Kinski. This fight is officially underway. Man, Kinski blazing out of his corner.
Yeah, both guys did. No glove touch, right to action here. And Hollywood Laredo just walked through almost like a front kick and just pushed Kinski back to the cage.
Kinski predicted a fun, exciting fight. Likes to put on a show for the fans, so thus far, these guys have been coming out strong. These 145-pounders ain't playing around.
No doubt. Oof. Good right straight on the exit there.
Yeah, Kinski making the space, taking the fight back to the center. Looking to duke it out with Hollywood.
And Hollywood making some faces here, trying to put on a show.
Young fighters, 23 years old and 24 years old respectively. Got a lot of things to prove here tonight. Wow, head and arm throw there from Hollywood, but Kinski able to reverse the position.
He's got the back.
Can he finish this?
Todd, this place is coming unglued. I think if Kinski can secure the submission here, we might go deaf from the eruption.
Oh, Kinski stretches him out and opts to put a beat down onto Hollywood.
Trying to get a base under him is Hollywood.
And Kinski takes the hooks out and goes to his feet, going for a guillotine choke instead. Wow.
Separation there. I tell you, Laredo needs to get his back off this cage. Oh!
My goodness!
That's it!
Oh! Thomas Hollywood Laredo with a knockout victory here tonight.
This place has gone bananas. The right cross
on their
counter.
feet. Wow.
a la Tyron Woodley. Put your back to the cage and look for the counter. Explosive shot from Thomas Laredo.
I love the nod to old Gorilla Monsoon. This crowd is electric after that knockout. Thomas Laredo bringing this crowd alive. Wow. And thankfully, John Kinski is okay. He's able to touch him up with Laredo after the fight, but Hollywood Laredo, he is fired up.
Yeah, hovering over us on this cage here.
This is the first time I've seen someone go on the cage and the commission not flip out. They were like getting on fighters for like the longest time about that. And Thomas Laredo able to sneak one in. Let's make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute 30 seconds in round one, your winner.
And Thomas Laredo was in danger early, had his back taken, and then came back with a devastating knockout. The counter straight off of the cage wall. Impressive victory there. Thomas Laredo with the backflip. He's putting on a show, folks. Hollywood rides high.
Congratulations to Hollywood Laredo in his mixed martial arts debut victory. Very confident to say that we will be seeing a lot more of him in future Elevate Fighting Championship cards.
Yeah, no doubt about that. With finishes like that, there's going to be people lining up to get this man on their card.
There you see Elite MMA. To the victor goes the spoils. And so Clay, and then there was one.
Man, oh man. It's the one we've kind of been waiting for. We've been talking about it, hitting at it all night. It's the Gangster versus the Chocolate Cowboy. It's Michael Capone and Tabari Grubbs. The main event is all that's left, folks, and it's going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere.
Go to a quick commercial break.
It's time to bring our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome.
Riando's is located in the heart of historic downtown Galveston, offering fresh, authentic Italian food with
There you see him. Tabari Grubbs, the Chocolate Cowboy. 5'7", 27 years of age. Has been training for the last 5 years. Stands at a record of 4-1, representing Ambush Muay Thai and Brazilian Fight Factory. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, Clay.
And I tell you, he is feeling good. He is dancing, he's grooving, he is vibing on his way to the cage. Man, it's not too often you see people getting ready to walk into a fist fight and just dancing their way there.
You know, going into a fight can be a stressful situation, and so a lot of the high-level fighters, man, they just make an event out of it, make themselves feel good. And if dancing makes you feel good, then by golly, you know, make your way to the cage on a good note, not feeling depressed like you're walking to death.
Yeah, I think Deion Sanders said it best. He said, you look good, you feel good, you play good. There's no doubt, you come out in a cowboy hat and an American flag around your shoulders, you're feeling pretty good.
There you see him, the Chocolate Cowboy. He is ready for action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai, Michael Capone.
There we see him, the gangster, Michael Capone. 5'6", 29 years of age, has been training for the last 6 years, representing Main Street Boxing, 10 mixed martial arts fights under his belt, Clay.
And I'll tell you what, 5-5 record, but 10 fights at the amateur level. That, like we talked about earlier, that's experience in all these different situations, finding ways in, finding ways out of these bad predicaments. And speaking of predicaments, that's what That's what Tabari Grubbs mentioned. He said, if he wants to find a way out, I'll give it to him. But at the same time, Michael Capone has probably been in and out of all the situations that you can be in intense fights. It's a very interesting matchup no matter how you look at it.
And both of these fighters, Clay, in their late 20s, over 5 fights underneath their belt. I think after this fight, it would be a great time for both of them to turn pro.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Both guys looking fresh. We can see Grubbs here in front of us doing some footwork drills, making sure he's feeling crisp. And here is Michael Capone, the gangster, rolling into the ring, getting ready for a fight here in our main event.
Michael Capone, ready for action. Yeah, we caught that too.
Our main event of the evening is being brought to us by Valerie Delgado Insurance, and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each, and the Elevate FC Flyweight Division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, officially weighed in 125 pounds. His record stands almost perfect. 4 wins against a lone defeat. Fighting out of Fordyce, Alabama, by way of Austin, Texas, Tabari, the Chocolate Cowboy Grubbs. Chocolate Cowboy. And across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, official weight 125 pounds. His record stands even, 5 wins and 5 defeats. Fighting out of Shenandoah Valley, Virginia, by way of Houston, Texas, Michael the Gangster Capone. Referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexford.
And the moment of truth has arrived. Michael Capone, Tabari Grubbs, and our main event is officially underway.
Both men say they're the best. Only one can be. Ooh, as we already see, quick counter shot off the leg kick there from Tabari Grubbs.
A lot of fight experience between these two fighters. And Grubbs now looked like he landed a shot while Capone was on his way to his back.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that might have saved Capone there from eating a harder shot was that he was slipping backwards, kind of fading away from that punch as it was coming in.
I don't know if it looked like Capone was going for like a deep half guard.
Something. He's on his feet now, though.
Going for a hip throw, and he scores it.
Look at this. This is catch wrestling. This is a scarf hold.
Oh, already.
Judo. Look, he's going to break that arm.
Already see a
That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Todd, I think that arm is broken. I think that arm might be.
From this angle, that does not look good on the shoulder. Grubbs hanging in there, and he is stuck. Grubbs he survives. Wow.
He did not tap.
I don't think Capone quite had the angle on it, but Grubbs suffering a cut on the top left eye.
Yeah, I tell you, this is the first blood we've got all night.
Here's corner calling for the armbar. But right now, it's almost looking like he was going for a twister. Wow, haven't seen that in a minute. But Grubbs has been gutting out all these submission attempts. The submission specialist in Capone.
I'll tell you what, good on Grubbs trying to keep his weight down on that hip, not let his back get taken, but he's getting tied up. The gangster looking for a twister. Back on top.
Capone now enjoying that top position, looking to rain down some shots, and man, smoothly taking the back of Grubbs.
Yeah, got that body lock on him here. Capone with the body lock. And Grubbs, oh, got it. He's under the chin.
Man, it's only a matter of time. Grubbs hanging in there, trying to tough it out.
If Grubbs can survive this, give that man a medal.
Oh my goodness.
Up to his feet, he's trying to hang on. It's under the chin.
Grubbs looked like he was turning purple, and he survives.
Oh my goodness.
Man, what a heart in Tabari Grubbs. The Chocolate Cowboy showing his mettle here.
That is cowboy toughness is what that is, Todd. Unbelievable.
But he is in a world of trouble as the gangster is on him like white on rice.
And Todd, I've got to wonder about, we had such a good view of it. I have to wonder about the status of that arm. Oh, my goodness.
Once again,
the ankle.
Capone going for that choke, this time across the jaw. Can transition that to like a jawbreaker.
And again, Grubbs doing a good job keeping his chin down, just trying to survive here.
And just under 10 seconds left. This is enough time for Capone to get the finish. And
My
Grubbs
goodness.
survives. Wow, what a round. And you know what's crazy is it looks like that cut already cleared up from Grubbs, just naturally.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of blood coming out of Capone underneath the cheek there, on the cheek area. Yeah, I think that's an easy round for Capone. He was threatening with a submission. It's one of those where you survive, but at the same time, my goodness.
There we see a shot. They're talking about the shoulder already. I mean, Grubbs kind of made a motion to his shoulder.
Yeah.
I think he may have strained it a bit, but he was able to survive that and continue on.
Yeah, I used to train with fighters in Alabama, and one of the fighters that went off to Mississippi, didn't know he was competing against a black belt. His arm got snapped in that same hold. It's that scarf hold transition, and just popped that arm.
Now, Clay, that there was a significant 10-8 round. I mean, just the duration and damage done by Capone, that was easily scored a 10-8 round, in my opinion.
Understood. Now, I'll tell you, Todd, I'm very curious, how will that affect Grubbs' jab coming out here in this round? Because that is his left hand. That's his jabbing arm. We saw him kind of using that early on in the round.
Round 2 underway. This is not a championship fight, ladies and gentlemen, so this is only scheduled for 3 rounds.
I gotta believe if you're the gangster, if you're Capone, you definitely want to hit the takedown here early. Do not get on the feet. You have the advantage on the floor.
Capone faking the shot as the Chocolate Cowboy. Oh, knocks down!
My goodness.
What a turn of events, Clay.
Yeah, but Grubbs being very cautious about getting into this guard.
Throwing those hammer fists away like a sledgehammer. Man, he was throwing those with just bad intentions.
Yeah, no doubt. He felt that control on the floor, though. He did not want to hop into that guard with any speed, if you will.
After a round like round 1, how crazy would it be for Grubbs to score a knockout like that?
And Capone was using his jab there to set up this takedown.
Man, what balance by Capone. That's some strong base and hips there.
Look at this, going to rubber guard. Again, it's this control. Capone has a very high-level ground game. That's what I'm seeing here, Todd.
This 125-pound division is crazy fast. And I'm telling you, these two guys need to turn pro after this fight. I mean, I love watching these guys at the amateur level, but man, they are showing some high-quality stuff here tonight, Clay.
Yeah, this has absolutely been a crazy back-and-forth fight so far here. We're only about halfway through it. As Capone is trying to get to mission control, Grubbs just bows up on his heels, doesn't let him get there.
How crazy is this, Clay? Seesaw battle as we have Capone winning the first round and Grubbs right now in full control of the second.
Trying to hit hammer fist here, trying to stack that guard.
I'm pretty confident that was a 10-8 round. If this goes to the decision, that could come into a big factor.
You see our official there warning Capone about tying his toes up in the fence. He's doing it again.
And that's good cage awareness there from Capone to turn his head away from the cage. That was something I was wanting Floyd Jr. to work on earlier against his fight with KT, was just work a little bit of cage transitions, something that if you study Frank Shamrock, he was really good at turning his body positioning to not get his head stuck against the cage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that high-level ground game. We saw there Grubbs was almost able to pass guard as Capone went for the rubber guard and left his leg a little too low, but Capone able to get right back to here.
Now, this is something you don't see very often, is a Kimura attempt or Americana attempt from the bottom position, from the closed guard from your back.
Yeah, I think it's just trying to convince the referees, the judges that you're doing something, but look, he's got the arm here.
Good attempt there from Capone, but still a Grubbs round in my opinion. Give that one 10-9 to Grubbs.
I believe so. He was on top for longer.
With that said, I'd probably score this 19-18 for Capone if you did a 10-8 round in that first round. Sorry, Clay.
No, don't apologize to me. The first round is the key. How was it scored? What were they looking at? You know, and how do you come out in this third round if you are, if you are Capone, or you have an advantage on the ground, but in the previous round, you wound up underneath and most likely it cost you the fight. So what happens here? I'm curious. I would like to see Capone. We talked about it earlier. He's kind of shooting for these low doubles, and he's getting sprawled on. Maybe use that to set up more of a striking. Shoot low, aim high. I'm a big fan of that in MMA. I think I've seen Khabib Nurmagomedov use that, and we've seen a lot of wrestlers over the years use it. I'd like to see Capone do it in this third round.
A lot of questions to be answered in this third and final round. It's one apiece. High drama here at Elevate Fighting Championship. And they're going to hug it out to start the fight off there. So keeping it respectful, but now it's time to go to war.
Yeah, absolutely. Respect between two fighters. Ooh, trying to set up a foot sweep there was Capone.
I can appreciate that, but I can also appreciate a heated grudge match too, Clay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nonetheless, we see a high-level fight here between Capone and Grubbs.
Yeah, and Capone has Grubbs sprawling on everything. That shoulder, it's that shoulder, it's out,
From
it's
earlier,
out. It's
Capone
out.
needs to go. Oh my goodness,
Yep.
and it looks like the referee stops the fight. Injury TKO for Capone.
And that was the shoulder that was in that submission, was in that scarf hold arm lock earlier. You hate to see it.
I'm gonna go ahead, Clay.
No, good on Capone to notice that the shoulder was out, to not throw any more unnecessary strikes, have any more unnecessary damage. Good on Capone to recognize that before the official did, as a matter of fact, before our referee did.
Our second fight of the night with a blown out shoulder, Clay. That's crazy.
Yeah, I tell you, with me on commentary, I've got the bad shoulders myself. But you can see, yeah, he's saying he's good. That's the way those shoulders work. That's the way those shoulders work.
That's heartbreaking. But you know what? I give credit to Capone for being a good sportsman, but if I'm his coach, I'm telling him, don't do that again. If your opponent is injured or whatever the case, in the heat of competition, it's the referee's job to stop the fight. And so, yes, he was showing compassion and good sportsmanship, but if I was his coach, I'd like, hey, look, that's great, but don't do that again. Just stay on him until the referee pulls you off.
I agree, because as a matter of fact, I watched recently a boxing highlight where a heavyweight fighter's shoulder came out of place, and then he secured a knockout after the fact. So I kind of agree with you on that.
Nonetheless, Clay, I got to give a lot of credit to the gangster, Michael Capone. One hell of a dominant first round. A solid 10-8 round with just some smooth transitions from submission to submission. And he earns himself the main event victory here tonight and improves to 6 victories in his mixed martial arts career.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As we saw there, it was that submission that paid dividends. It weakened that shoulder joint so that later on in the fight, it cost it in the striking exchange. You've seen that before. Chan Sung Jung versus Jose Aldo. Jung's shoulder came out of place in the 5th round because of previous striking exchanges. It's just something that happens in the fight game, these loose joints. And you got to feel for Jabari Grubbs as well, Todd, because we heard him scream, throwing the mouthpiece. He felt like he was good to go, and that's the way these shoulders work. When they pop out and they pop right back in, your body is just ready to go again, but it's not. That shoulder is out. It's not good. You need to rest up, take some time off, and we've seen it twice here tonight.
Congratulations to Michael Capone. My vote for fighter of the night. We had a close call with Josh Thomas, the solid wrestler with the ground and pound TKO. Brandon Gonzalez with the rear naked choke sub as fighter of the night, but I'm gonna give it to that main event. And we are wrapping things up here at Elevate Fighting Championship. From ClearLifeMedia.com, I am Todd Moore. This is Clay Roberts. Want to wish you all a good night and good fight.